2, 1, and apparently we are live.
Oh, here we go.
Anybody in there? No, but you going to the left. Now I got to do this.
Well, I can.
Yeah, but this is better.
Okay.
Is anybody there? Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Kaiser said we should come in with a WWE intro.
Yeah, I know. But how is our audio?
You got the camera.
What's wrong?
The camera's on. Look how it's all turned angle.
Is it an angle? That's because it's on that little bevel thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Now you got it down. Okay.
You're doing too much.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Kaiju. And whoever else is there, saying 5 people are in the... That's enough.
I'm working on it.
That's enough.
No one answered yet, though. Can you hear us?
Hello, hello. Can anybody hear us? Let me see. I got the microphone.
Patrick says hi. Deano Elliott says hi. Big love from the UK.
Yay.
Fandom D Saint, please talk about the free coffee story. Oh, someone remembered that.
Somebody got, because he watched the video.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear us clearly?
Audio good, light above. David makes him an angel.
Oh, boo.
Zombies. Who told you? Who told you? Yeah, I know. This is your... The Kaiser had an ad.
No, well, when you start, you get an ad. That's what I was saying.
I don't know. I don't know what YouTube does. YouTube just does what it does. The coffee story. He's talking about when I worked at Store 24. And I had mentioned that.
I can't believe somebody remembered.
Somebody remembered. Somebody asked. I was like, if you want me to talk about that, ask me on the live stream. And that was on our weekly roundup, which was yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that anybody here from Massachusetts, does Store 24 even still exist?
No.
I know Christie's is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for them too. This is back, like way back, like early 90s. So the Christie's is gone. 7-Eleven's probably still down there. Cumberland Farms, Cumbies, is probably still there. I worked for them too. They suck.
Mm-hmm.
But Store 24, because I used to give away the coffee.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted a cup of coffee. I'm like, I don't care, because I was on third shift. I had to throw the stuff out like every hour anyways. So,
why?
Because they insist on it being fresh, even though it tastes like a cup of dirt. And a lot of homeless people used to come in there too. If a homeless person came in there, if a cop or a firefighter came in there, or EMT or somebody, I'd be like, just take it. I didn't care. And the manager didn't care either. He just let me do whatever I wanted, because I wanted to work on third shift, and nobody wanted that shift because that's when you get all the weirdos. But this one guy comes in, he's homeless. And he asked, he was like, hey, would you mind? And he's over at the coffee machine. I was like, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. And he pulls the trap out, where you put the filter in the coffee in. He pulls the trap out, takes out the filter, and he's holding it in his hand, and he stands there and he just eats the grains. He stands there eating the granules, and then every once in a while he go whoop and spin and do like a 360 little pirouette. He would just spin around, beating it, and I'm like, holy crap! And the guy, this is like 3:30 in the morning, so the guy from Entenmann's is there. Entenmann's Donuts delivery truck driver is there, and he's turned and he's standing there and he's just watching the guy, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm finished, and then I'll tell him to get out. But like, who eats that stuff?
That guy.
Cumbies, is that legal? Cumberland Farms in Boston, they call it Cumbies, especially if they have that Bostonian accent. It's Cumbies. I'm gonna go to Cumbies. Know what I'm saying? Fandom wants to know if the Dunkin' throws the donuts away. Yeah, they do. As a matter of fact, I didn't work for Dunkin's, but I knew someone who did when I used to live in Boston. They actually put a chain through their dumpster so people couldn't get the donuts.
McDonald's throw their hamburgers away.
Yeah, they throw everything away.
I used to give away them hamburgers. I didn't care.
There's Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. How are y'all? And we said hey to Elliot, Kaiser, Zombie. How y'all doing? Hope y'all had a very uneventful week. Ours were very eventful.
Yeah, we've been very busy.
Yeah, very, very busy at work. So, But yeah, when I can't work retail because I'm not going to the back to look up
Customers
prices.
are evil, anyways. From
Yeah.
my experience working at those convenience stores, and even when I worked for J Builders, I was the grocery manager for J Builder and Sons. Customers are evil. Every once in a while, you get a nice one, but most of the time, they treat you like garbage.
Elliot wants to know, have we had our collections valued and insured? Yes, we are actually working with a because we did a video on that, but
Yeah.
recently, and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Recently, I called my homeowner's insurance because that's who it was insured with before to do an update, and they said that they no longer insure collectibles and they use a third party. So I called the third party and they want you to list every item and put a value next to it.
Yeah, and then
So
they'll randomly fact check your
yeah, and
value.
then they're gonna fact check you, you know, and because you ask for a certain amount, but they want to know, okay, do you really have that much or whatever? And then they're gonna check it against eBay prices, and and then then you get your insurance and you
Yeah.
pay for that separately. But yeah, we do. And the one thing that did help me out, catalog everything. I wasn't putting dollar values, so now I have to go back in and put dollar values. And I just go on eBay, and for my pops, I just put it in pop price guide, and they give you a price of value. But for everything else, you
I'll buy
just
it, albeit a little slightly higher than what it actually sells for. Pop's price guide, but
yeah. But they will want that. The At least the company that we're using, they want a itemized list. You don't have to put pictures, but they do want a
hmm
list with like the year, what it is, and like I said, the value, and then they're gonna check it and make sure you ain't lying. And anything that's over $2,000, they want
pictures.
yeah, they want pictures of that.
hmm
Anything that's over $2,000. But yeah, it is worth it to get your collection insured if you have, especially if you have a big collection.
Yeah,
Um, because your homeowner's insurance, like I said, they'll cover just a blanket of some stuff. But
they don't like
uh,
they don't like delving into that anymore.
yeah, I guess they had enough issues with it. So they turned it over to a company that's what they specialize in. Because this company, all they do is collectibles. They do nothing else but collectibles. Hey, Retro
Yeah,
Peter.
there's RA,
RA is
howdy,
there, and
and
alt Afro Kaiju is
it's
there.
not
What does
Afro.
that say?
Altrio,
Altro.
Altreon Kaiju
Mm-hmm.
is there.
What's this? Peter saying hello there. I'm
Retro
Peter
Peter.
C Toys, but the channel.
He changed his name
Oh, to
so that
Retro Peter.
he wants
Okay.
us to know who he is.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And Kaiser wants to know, so they only give you insurance if it's over a certain amount. No,
No.
but if it's over a certain amount, they want you to prove it by
Yeah.
sending them a picture,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that you're
So
not like BSing them.
yeah. So you won't say that you got some kind of like that XM Studios Optimus Prime.
It's like
You know.
$4,000, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, you broke a
Yeah.
$4,000 statue."
But they don't. I mean, if you and the guy told me if you have pictures of everything, great. But they just wanted a list, and my list was more detailed than what they actually wanted. So I just turned in my list. But like I said, they want a dollar value so they can know, okay, how much is your overall um value of your collection. So I just went through each one, and like I said, I went on eBay, and for the pops, you just put it in Pop's price guide, and they give you a price for each pop. And for everything else, I looked it up on eBay. And then some things now, you can't find on eBay because they don't sell that often, So you might not find it. And then another issue that I ran into is some things are bought in a set. Like I have the Ninja Turtle party wagon, and you got the box and what, six figures in the box. Some
Yeah,
people sell it the whole box as one, and some people took it apart
piece by
and
piece.
sold it piece by piece.
Yeah,
So you have that to deal with too.
Because
But
it's worth more in pieces.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the ones that I couldn't find a price for, I guess I just guess, and then I put a little asterisk next to
Guess
it.
very high. Guess high. Make it up.
Yeah,
No, you can't do that. But
no, because they will check. And the guy said we do check. I mean,
sure.
they don't check every item, but they're going to randomly pick some items and they're going to check it and see, are you telling the truth?
Yeah.
So then, okay, yeah. Awesome. Sounds complex, but surely important for collections as huge as yours. It is gone 23 here in the
Oh,
UK. Am
it's 11
off of
o'clock.
the okay. Well, have a good night. Thanks for
Yeah,
stopping
sorry you had to
by.
run off.
Make sure you give us a like and thank you again for stopping by and just saying hello.
Sure.
So we really appreciate it. I'm going to change my name to
To
Afro
Afro
Kaiju.
Kaiju. Yeah, you see, you started a trend now. Because that just sounds so freaking 70s, doesn't it?
What Afro
Afro Kaiju. And then you make up a monster and put a big afro on it.
Yeah, you put a big old
Yeah.
afro and an afro pick in it and all of that. Big love. Disco Godzilla variant.
Yeah, see.
Godzilla with a fro.
Yeah, Godzilla with a big afro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do. Give him platform shoes.
Bell bottom pants.
That would be cool. Oh, out of sight. It's been a minotaur.
Oh, a minute.
A minotaur.
I guess.
Hey,
Y'all. Hey,
is
how
out of
you
sight.
doing?
And Nate P in the 513 is here.
From
Greetings from
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Ohio. I've been to Ohio once.
Uh-huh.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland. Nobody wants to go to Cleveland.
I went there in the early 2000s. I went to a church. I was living, that's when I was big into like the TV evangelist. So I dragged my brother and then my mom tagged along.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to a church for a week for camp meeting in Ohio. And we went every day for a week. We had a good time.
Oh, as long as you enjoyed yourself, I guess that's what matters.
What's up? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Any
Canucks.
other? Who's Canucks?
It's looking for Canadians.
Oh yeah. He's from Canada.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zombies in Canada. Any other Canucks?
What part of Canada? I want to go to Prince William Sound. Is it William or Edward Sound? It's from Anna Green Gables because I saw that, and you can go there and tour that area. I want to say it's either Prince Edward or Prince William Sound. It's on the eastern side above Maine.
Mm-hmm. SR says that they're in Vancouver.
Vancouver. The very loud and passionate Black church reverend videos
Which one?
on YouTube make me laugh very every time. Oh no, yeah,
Prince Edward.
Prince Edward. Yeah, that's where
Prince
I want
Edward
to go.
Island.
Yes, Prince Edward Island.
Because she just really into those period dramas, those British style period dramas.
But that one wasn't British though. Not Anna Green Gables.
If they spoke with a British accent.
They didn't speak with a British accent. Because they're from Canada.
Close enough in the 1800s.
COVID said it wasn't the 1800s, it was the early 1900s because they were in World War One. Okay. COVID Central here in Edmonton. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they're trying to really bring that back. The lockdowns. The lockdowns.
They didn't work, so let's try it again.
Round two.
Fight. Round two. Fight.
But yeah. But anyway.
Or you could stay home and play Street Fighter.
S&P's Canada, yeah.
And Australia, yeah.
You're right.
Australia
How has
particularly.
Your weekend been going? Not okay.
We've been very busy.
Went to work today.
We had to go to work today. We usually don't work on Saturday and Sunday, but we had to.
We had to go in today. That sucked.
Yeah. Oh, Out of Sight wants to know if I saw the Mezco Monsters playset tower. Yeah, they're showing some preview stuff, and some of it looks pretty interesting, especially the Doctor Doom 1/12 scale Doctor Doom. I might have to fold because Doctor Doom is freaking awesome. Oh, yeah. But no, it's not official photos.
Mm-hmm.
It's those we might be doing this photos. So I'll probably won't. I'm not going to try to show too much on like the weekly roundup until the official release. But Doctor Doom is definitely on the list because he's cool. You can make a Street Fighter game with all the diseases about nowadays.
I know.
I know, and maybe they can infect each other, and that can be their closing move.
Yeah, to
like
infect you with smallpox, COVID, whatever else, Spanish flu, the plague. Zombie says in Eastern Canada they have wacky accents.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Cincinnati Toy and Collectibles show next weekend, and the
Great
Great
Ohio Toy
Ohio
Show was
wow,
this
past
past weekend.
weekend.
Oh, okay. I
That's
hope
cool.
you going, or did you get to go?
Did you get to go? Yeah.
And SR says turning off the TV news really helps. Yes, it does. Yes,
It
it
does.
does. And
We haven't watched the news in years.
no, we don't. I mean, we see a couple of blurbs on the computer here and there because you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
But like that's also why we don't talk about it too much here,
Mm-hmm.
like on the channel. Just have a little sanctuary, little solitude,
because you need a break
Mhm.
from that. And I mean, we watch some alternative news shows, the ones where they give you like a 10-minute clip of this and that, and that's enough. That's more than enough right there.
Yeah,
Just watching that.
it's so manipulative and
you don't know what to believe.
You don't know what's true and what isn't.
So, let's see. I'd watch the news either. I don't watch the news either.
Fandom
Very
doesn't
depressing.
like it.
It is depressing, and it's used for fear mongering and to divide people. And all it does is put fear in people's heart, cause them to panic, and just live their life in fear. And who wants to do that?
Yeah.
Hey, Master Mexico, how
There
are you?
he is. We looked at your live stream for a little while, but we didn't know what you were talking about. We did pop in. I don't know if you saw us.
We popped in.
Yeah.
Haven't watched for a while.
For a little
we picked
while.
up on a couple of words. Surprised they haven't done an Outbreak movie reboot. Oh, yeah.
No, they might have to admit something if they did.
Yeah, if they did a reboot.
Get people thinking too close.
Yeah, because in the 90s and early 2000s, it was a lot of infection and disease movies. Like somebody got a disease and spread it all over the world.
Oh, he says he answered. I saw you when you were talking about the Hellboy.
You had the big Hellboy statue.
Let me see. Nate says Mezco Fantastic Four. Now that awesome Doctor Doom, you have to get the Galactus now. I did pre-order the Galactus, but that's what I was speculating. Like I'm on the fence about the Fantastic Four for Mezco because they would scale with that Galactus as opposed to the traditional Marvel Legends ones. So I think they would look great with that Galactus. And the Galactus looks really Kirby-esque for those of you who get the reference. And I like that feel to it. I know some people whine about, I like the way comic books look now. They're drawn better. The stories suck, but they're drawn better. But there's a unique style and feel to older comic books, and certain people just really jump out. Like I said, Kirby, Ditko, Plug. You see Plug, you know it. Mobius. Certain people just really jump out at you.
Brandon says he like your Mork and Mindy figures.
Oh yeah,
the ones right there.
Mork, Mindy, and the 3 3/4 inch Mork in the egg ship there. And a lot of people, that's how you can always tell if somebody opened Mork. You see, if you noticed, he's in the package upside down. That's how Hasbro packaged him. He's packaged upside down, and I often see him right side up in the package, and I know it's been opened. Because he slept upside down in the show. He hung from his ankles. That's why they did that. I
remember that. Let's see. Zombie, Dustin Hoffman Outbreak movie. Mean Little Monkey. He did an Outbreak. The one I saw was in the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't know if Dustin Hoffman was in it though. Have you heard about that show La Brea on Netflix? A giant hole opens up in LA. Surprised that's not a real footage.
Oh, any day now. And then the whole shelf can just fall into the ocean. RA remembers Mobius. Used to love Mobius. Heavy Metal magazine used to be so awesome. They had good art, had good artwork, and some interesting stories in that.
Zombie said he just found Mark at the thrift store with Kenner, Wonder Woman, and Mr. Miracle.
Oh, okay.
That sounds
The
like
Kenner
a good one.
Superpowers ones? Was he loose? Loose or in the box? He's probably loose. Yeah, Mork and Mindy was a great show. I don't know. It was a goofy show. I haven't seen it in a long time, though.
Yeah.
You know, that was a spinoff of Happy Days. He appeared as the alien Mork on 2 episodes of the Happy
I
Days.
remember that.
A lot of weird spin-offs from that show.
Yeah.
Laverne and Shirley was a
Yeah.
spin-off, and
Laverne and
Laverne and
Shirley.
Shirley was actually more popular than Happy Days. And there was an animated Laverne and Shirley, Saturday morning cartoon, Laverne and Shirley in the Army. And then there was an animated Fonzie and Friends based off of Happy Days. There was also a Saturday morning cartoon where they were traveling through time and space in a spacecraft. Weird stuff. And then, of course, there was Touch was Like an Angel. I'm trying to remember because an angel appeared on Happy Days, an actual angel, and then he got a spin-off, but I think they killed it after like 8 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can keep going.
Out of Sight says I Am Legend is a good movie of reference for a pandemic. It was a lot of shows came on. One that came out recently, I really liked.
Yeah, because it was a you know what that caused everybody to die on that.
Oh, was it?
On I Am Legend. Yeah.
Contagion was good, and Containment was a TV show. It only had 1 season, and it was about some kind of sickness, and one person had it, and they spread it throughout Atlanta because it was in Atlanta, and it spread all over the world. That was good. The Strain was good too.
Yeah, The Strain was good.
I like that.
And they extended it an extra season and didn't blow it.
Yeah,
and that's rare when because they drag it out. They say, hey, let's make this longer, and sometimes they try to do that and they screw it up. But The Strain, okay, 1 more season, but they did the writing correctly.
Yeah, because people was begging for another season, and they dragged it out. But like you said, it was good.
Yeah, Joni Loves Chachi was another one. That's right. Nate's right.
I remember Nick at Night showed some of the old
they
shows.
showed a lot of those old shows.
Oh yeah,
back
Kaiser
in the day.
Was saying, is Warren the only kid you got that collects things?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so.
I swear these shows are too on the nose.
Yeah, probably. And yeah, RA is right. Happy Days is where the term "jumping the shark" comes from, because
I never heard that
Fonzie jumped a shark on water skis in 1 episode.
SR, all those movies are setting the stage. Yeah, they are.
And Zom is right also. I Am Legend was originally Vincent Price's Last Man on Earth.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Not still a good movie. That was a real good movie, Last Man on Earth. I like when Vincent Price did some.
They're never the last man on Earth.
Yeah,
they always tell you they are.
Else.
They always tell you they are, but someone else always turns up and screws it. There's one more that goes in the middle of that. Because
G1 Collector. Hey,
there you go.
Lexington, Kentucky. I went to Lexington. I've been there before. Real nice, pretty little city. If that's Kentucky, go ahead.
Charlton Heston in Omega Man in the 70s was actually a rewrite of Last Man on Earth, and I Am Legend is a rewrite of that. So there's actually 3 versions. The Charlton Heston one's not bad either.
Threads.
Oh God, yeah. Threads is hard to watch.
It's a depressive film.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
Oh God! By the time you got to the end of that, you just wanted to pass out. Like, oh my God! And it was another the animated with the husband and wife.
Yeah, the old couple.
The old couple in the house.
Oh, I know the one. I can't think of it.
It was a British film.
It was good. It was funny, but it was sad too.
It was very sad because it was an old couple. They lived by themselves somewhere in England. And they got the warning. Well, they got a pamphlet from the government telling them what to do in case of a nuclear attack. And the guy did everything in the pamphlet.
Yeah, and everything in the pamphlet wasn't enough. It was wrong.
Not enough.
It was like, should we drink the rainwater? Well, the government booklet doesn't say that there's anything wrong with drinking rainwater, so I'm sure it'll be fine. And it's like, yeah, okay, great. Now both of them are dying.
Yeah. That was a sad movie, but.
No, Kaiser, not Mega Man, Omega Man. the Omega Man.
Let's see, Tim, are you guys looking forward to the Matrix 4 Resurrection coming in December? I'm so surprised it happened,
I hope they
but
don't.
glad it
I
did.
hope they don't blow it.
Well, I don't think Keanu Reeves will allow that because he's been pretty consistent with his
Yeah,
movies.
he is. Although I did not see Bill and Ted 3. I like the first two films, Bill and
Okay.
Ted. I did not see the third one, but I heard there's some issues with it that
Mm-hmm.
people were like, "What are you doing?" But we'll see, because keep in mind what happened to who's it, the Wachowski brothers.
Yeah, they're now
They
Wachowski
sisters.
sisters.
They got real weird.
Yeah.
They got real weird. So
Action figure expert.
I hope
Hello.
they keep in time with the correct story and theme. Is all I'm saying.
G1 Collectors from South Carolina.
Is he?
And yeah. And Action Figure say hi, what's going on, how we doing?
Actually, G1 Collector is we saw you at the Joe Fest, didn't we?
Was that him? It wasn't Joe Fest. It
Was it Joe
the other
Fest?
one, Joe no, not
Joe
Joe,
Lanta?
Joe
Toy
Lanta.
Lanta?
Was that him? If so, he's from Charleston, South Carolina, and that's near where I'm from, where I
Okay.
grew up. But if he says he's close to us,
Well,
so
he can tell
that's
us
not
here.
him.
He can tell us here in a second.
Have the anime movie Grave of the Fireflies. What's that about?
I haven't seen that.
Didn't see Bill and Ted 2 or 3. I never seen
The
Bill and
second one
Ted.
was all right. The first one was better. The second one was
Mhm.
okay, but it followed right along. It picked right up. So it's like, okay, cool. Because that's what you want. You want that consistency. Which, that's why no one talks about um, Raiders of the Lost Ark, or Indiana Jones Part 4, I should say. It's the film that should not be named, because everybody's like, what in the hell did you do? And it sounds like 5 is going to end up just like it.
Because didn't they take that guy out and put a woman in there?
Oh, he's in it, but they're trying to like kind of
shoehorn some woman
yeah.
in. Then they're going to continue on with the woman, like on James Bond.
Yeah, like they're trying to do with James Bond, and even what's his name, Daniel Craig is saying this is not.
Yeah.
He's been vocal about it, saying this isn't the way to do it, guys.
Well,
it's a mistake.
That's the way they're gonna do it.
Yeah, they write the films for each other, not for us.
Have you seen the new Men in Black? No. No, we saw Colossal this week.
Colossus is a good film. If anybody has seen the original, it's a 70s film, Colossus, and it's actually part of the plot is the basis for the Terminator series. They took Colossus and Westworld. They took the computer from Colossus and the unstoppable robot from Westworld and wrote it into a whole new film and called it Terminator. And in that respect. Yeah, took the picture with you guys in Augusta.
Oh,
I told you.
But I thought his name was Bill. I thought that was Bill.
Okay, but his handle is G1 Collector.
But I thought he came on here as
Ted.
Bill.
No, it's Ted.
It's Ted.
I
think we took a
Back
couple
to the
of
Future,
pictures.
Bill and Ted would mesh together as a corrupt movie.
Okay. Concept movie. It says concept
movie.
I needed to see Westworld. Westworld was good. And then they did Future World too.
Yeah, Future World was the sequel to Westworld. It wasn't as good though. It was a made-for-TV version.
And then they did Brave New World. Was good.
Westworld's worth seeing, and is Colossus.
Yeah.
You really want to get scared. They were terrified of the concept of artificial intelligence in the early 70s. And that's what Colossus is about. I think it was, 72 or something? And they were terrified, and that thing took over the whole planet like lickety split. And without giving away too much there, but if you know who Skynet is, you know who Colossus is. And it didn't take much, because everybody was they didn't want to act. They didn't know what to do. But yeah, anyway,
Tim.
G1 Collector. Yeah, what's wrong with you? You're screwing me all up. But yeah, G1 Collector, you got the Dukes of Hazzard. He found the loose Dukes of Hazzard figures at the show. Because if somebody recognizes this at the show, I want to see what they got. If they got a bag, it's like, what'd you buy?
Okay. I thought he was the one with the daughters. So he was the older guy.
No, the older guy is the guy who got the figurines, got the marked,
the
Marks figurines.
Okay.
He was the one who got the Tim is the one who got the Dukes of Hazzard Mego figures, the 8-inch. He
Mm.
got a couple of loose ones, and you're thinking of someone else with the daughters.
Yeah, is that the movie with Victor? Yeah, Victor Newman.
Yeah,
Oh, I love him.
Colossus is good. Scary.
Eric Berman. I think it's
Mhm.
Berman. Yeah, he played Victor Newman since I was a kid. I took off when they said he was gonna die. When I was working, because he wanted to leave the show, but the fans just complained and wrote in. And this was in the 2000s. They wrote in to
Oh my
CBS that they
God.
could not get rid of him, and they had to pay him more money to stay. Because he want to retire. The man is like 80 years old. He's
Sure.
ready to
You
retire.
want to? There's
And
Rome
he's
Ross.
John Schneider. Yeah, Bo. Oh, you met him.
Oh, okay.
Super nice guy. I liked him on Dr. Quinn. And the mom from
Can't
Webster.
stand Dr. Quinn. Everything in that show was her fault. Anyway, Rome Ross is here.
Hey, Rome. Dr. Quinn is.
It was her fault.
It was.
Thank you.
It was. I admit that. He was filming Smallville.
Okay, yeah, he was in Smallville.
He was a dad, right? Because we started to watch Smallville, and it was too much teenagers in there for me. I couldn't watch that.
It's because in real life, most teenagers don't do anything useful.
Oh, we were Venom 2. Who's seen it? We've heard that.
Here's the thing.
Okay, David got something.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna drink some water.
Everybody keeps saying it's okay, but it's worth seeing for the after credits. I'm not going to sit through 2 hours of a mediocre film to watch 2 minutes of good after credits. Okay? So the film's either good or it's not. Which is it, guys? Plus there's been red lights going off about trying to slip an agenda in there too. We don't, which I'm not interested in.
Distorted reality. Can't wait to see my unboxing of Funko Pops.
Oh my God, the tension is killing them.
And LJ, hey.
There's LJ.
Yeah. Hello, time for giving away coffee at your job story. Oh, he just told that story.
Oh, I just told that story. I got to tell it again.
LEDs and fluorescent lighting is okay for lighting your collections. Oh, he said, do you think LEDs and fluorescent lighting is okay for lighting your collections and will not turn them yellow over time?
As long as it's not UV. You got to see if it's check the UV rating on it, because it's ultraviolet light that actually causes the discoloration. I got to tell the coffee story again. Yeah, okay. But I used to work for Store 24 back in the late 80s. And Store 24 is a convenience store chain, 24-hour in the Boston, New England area, and I would give away the coffee. I worked third shift. Manager didn't care what I did, just as long as I showed up, because nobody wanted to be on third shift. They were scared. And I would give away the coffee. I didn't care, because you're supposed to throw it out every hour anyway. So what's the point? They want you to pour it down the drain if it's been there for more than an hour. So, policemen, firemen, any EMTs, anybody came in and they came up with a cup of coffee, but like, just take it. And anybody who looked homeless, just take it. I didn't care. And this one guy asked. He comes up. He's obviously a homeless guy. He comes up and he's like, "Hey, would it be okay?" And I figure he wants a cup of coffee. I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead, go on." And he opens the trap where you put the filter in the grounds. He opens it and he takes the filter out. And then he stands there. He has the filter in his hand and he sits there just eating the grounds. And then every once in a while, he go whoop, and then he just spin and do like a little pirouette 360 on one leg. And then, and I'm like, oh my God. And it was like 3:30 in the morning, something like that. And the Entenmann's delivery guy was there because he was setting up his display, and he just kind of like comes up over the shelf like this, and he's looking at me, and he's like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, I don't know, just let him finish and we'll get him out of here.
We do watch Gub
Nerd
Dig.
Zoic.
No, yeah, we do watch Nerd
Gub
Zoe.
Dig.
I saw the one where he had Alex Jones on it. That was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
But we watch him his Friday night tights and some of the stuff he does during the week, but mainly the Friday night tights is the one we watch. Now that's
Kaiser says there's lag.
oh, is
Are
it?
you lagging?
Oh, it's his internet service.
Oh yeah.
Eneman makes good chocolate chip cookies. Do they?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I like
It
Chips
comes in
Ahoy.
the box with the window on the top, the cookies, and he used to give me every once in a while.
Why are you trying to fatten you up?
Yeah, I guess so.
I like Chips Ahoy chips chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, retro Peter says that's a funny story. It's crazy. There was some crazy stuff used to happen in that store,
especially in the midnight
on
hour.
third shift.
Mm-hmm. I never worked third shift, nothing. Oh well, no. When I used to work for Union Pacific, I did.
Yeah,
I used to work second
I
shift.
got a lot of crazy
They
stories
have
from
little
that.
bags of them. Mm. Yeah, but the Venom, we haven't seen it, but
No.
we've heard a lot about that. I
Just
want to see that.
People said I heard people saying it sucks. I heard people saying it's slow. It's really slow and boring. There's only one fight, whatever. And it's okay. The film's okay, but you got to watch it to see the after credits, and that's my point. It's
Mhm.
like, if the only thing good about it is the after credit, you got to sit there through like 12 minutes of credits after the film to see something interesting. Am I wrong? What's the point of that?
RA said he worked at the graveyard shift at Chevron. I bet you gas
Mhm.
stations, especially the 24-hour ones where you can actually walk in, you probably see some real crazy stuff at the gas station.
Yeah, this is Kaiser saying, apparently there's no agenda. I heard rumors that Venom was gay for Eddie
Yeah.
Brock, and I was worried. So you thought, and they didn't do that?
Yeah, because that's what I heard, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to see that. So I was waiting for reviews to come out
Yeah.
to see if anybody says that's happening. Because when I heard the rumors, it was like earlier this week, before it came out. So they said that that's where they were going with
It wouldn't make any sense anyway, because how can an alien parasite be gay? I don't get that. Did I miss something? It's like having a leech stuck on your arm, and it's like, oh, the leech is gay. I don't understand.
Watch just to see the credits. That remind me of the film The Wolverine. The only time I was entertained was the after credit scene setting up the days of future past.
Which Wolverine? The first one with like the blob in it?
I never seen any Wolverine.
You didn't see that one.
No. But I want to see that movie. I no longer want to see the rings, the 10 rings. I used to want to see that until that guy came.
So she saw the actor, the actor.
And I do want to see Halloween. I want to see.
There's Umi Kaboom.
Hey, Umi Kaboom.
But
the
yeah,
leech is gay.
The actor.
The frogs are turned. The second one where he went to Japan.
Okay. But what was I saying?
Don't try to understand modern gender and sexual theory. Yeah. Wolverine Canadian people.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I was saying something.
You was talking about Venom.
No, I was going to say something else.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
No, all done talking about Venom.
I don't know. You was going to talk about Halloween and how that's a good movie. And
I don't
can't
know.
Wait to see it.
I don't care about Halloween. Yeah, tired of Michael Myers.
Yeah, they needed to stop.
Michael Myers can take a jump.
At the second film when he died.
It was written so that he would never be heard from again.
Yeah, and then people wanted him back, so they brought him back. And then they just got weirder and weirder as the films went on.
Yeah.
The Maximum Carnage game for the NES.
Yeah, SNES. Cool. I think I have that.
Prime Minister.
I think I have that.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm. Another Venom movie without Spider-Man. Why?
I thought Spider-Man was supposed to be in. They talked about it.
Yeah, well.
Or is Venom going to be in the Spider-Man movie?
It's all the contracting. It's all the contracting. Because they got him. I don't know what they're doing with Spider-Man's license. It's a mess.
I'm
Oh,
concerned about Netflix Cowboy Bebop live action. Love John Cho, but not sure he can pull off Spike and the gal flying fee has been fan
playing
bashing.
fee.
Oh, playing fee. Okay, has
Fan
been
bashing,
fan
and that always
bashing,
turns me
and
off.
then
That's what I was going to say. The reason that she didn't want to see the 10 Rings is because she saw the lead actor in an interview and he was a complete jerk. He was a real butthole. And she was like, you know what? He's so rude and childish. I don't even want to see the film now.
yeah,
That's awful. When
yeah,
you're in real life, you come off like such a jerk that people are like, I don't even want to see your crap.
yeah. Because I wanted to see it. I'm like, oh, okay, we can go at work and see it, and that'll be cool. And then we saw the interview he did and how he was
He was
bashing
awful.
Disney, and wow, it's like God, dude. I mean, I'm not saying people shouldn't have
Bite the
their
hand that
thoughts.
feeds you.
Yeah, I'm not saying that people shouldn't have their thoughts and feelings. I'm not saying that, but it's a way to express it in public on video podcasts, and then there's a way that you don't do that. So, and I just think it was out of taste the way he did it. So, Nerdrotic's co-host AZ has a good size
Size
action
action
figure
figure
collection,
collection,
not
not as
as
big
big
as
as yours.
yours. He does a stream called Hot Toys, HAWT. No, I don't think I ever
AZ.
saw that.
I don't know. No, that's Heels and what's it called? The guy from Europe. I don't know. I don't know that one. Any Brie Larson film from feel
LOL.
like Brie Larson.
I guess not.
Went to a yard sale
Oh, this shiny haunter.
and found 90 GI Joes with Sky Striker and 3 other vehicles, a box Dick Tracy police car, and an 83 Return of the Jedi shelf was, a complete Hero Quest board game. Wow. And a lot more for 100. Wow.
Oh
You
no.
hit a good deal.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. Every time we go to
I need to find something like that because I'm trying to rebuild my Joe collection.
every time we go to a yard sale, it's all baby clothes and baby furniture and books and VCR tapes.
And not even
Heels and baby face. Yeah,
not
that's
even
the
good.
no, no.
Bunch of junk.
Yeah, I watch Heels and Babyface. All of the ones on there. D-Day, Cobra Commander, Patriotic, Ryan, the Patriotic something another, whatever his name is. And what's the other guy name? He's not on there all the time, but he puts out a video like every hour. I can't think of his name now. We just saw him last night.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his
I
name
can't
either.
think of his name, but we watched the people from that channel. Cause everybody that's on Friday Night Tights, we watched them.
Yeah,
Axel Foley.
Yeah, Axel Foley's here. He's talking about Jason X 2001.
That guy just never. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes you just gotta let it go, and quit dragging it out.
No, they don't want to let it go. They needed to get him into a chrome mask. That's what that was about.
Did you hear about Steve Ditko's brother trying to get the rights from Marvel for Spider-Man and Doctor Strange since he created them?
That's just
wishful thinking.
The rights are the rights. They've been sold and traded and they're just trying to get their piece of the pie. Is all that is.
Now Disney owns it now, and they're not gonna let that go.
Disney will get it sorted out. They're probably just looking for a settlement, honestly, and Disney will give it to them to shut them up and keep them out of court. That's all that is.
But don't Sony own some of that?
Sony has access to the rights. That's why Sony keeps putting out Spider-Man. As long as they keep using the property, they won't lose it, and that's the problem. But that's how that works.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I put the question. Anybody in here on my Facebook group, on the Open by Chance Facebook group? Did you see the Ginger versus Marianne question?
What is the question?
Well, that's a long time question from Gilligan's Island.
Mm-hmm.
If you were trapped on a desert island
Oh,
and you're a guy, who's it going to be? Ginger or Marianne? Because Mrs. Howell's married.
mm-hmm.
She's got a husband. Mr. Howell is her husband, Mr. Magoo there. So if you had to choose between Ginger and Marianne, who are you going to pick?
Marianne.
Yeah, R.A. And here it is. That's the correct answer. I know people, because here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to be logical about it, and I know it's ridiculous to be logical about Gilligan's Island.
It's a TV show.
I know. Think about the personalities of the two characters. Ginger, pretty much every single episode, flirted with someone, one of the castaways, or one of the people who showed up on the island to try to manipulate them, but never put out. All she did was try to use people. I mean, who walks around on a deserted island in a ball gown?
She does.
Yeah, she does. Marianne was more down to earth. She could cook. She was friendly, and quite frankly, more attractive than Ginger was. So I think Ginger was the correct answer.
Hunter said if you want to work out something, then he can work out something. Most of the figures got weapons. I mean,
Oh,
there
yeah.
was toxic lab play set parts and some other things. He said he'll hit you up on your Instagram.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Master Mexico said he's seen Gilligan's Island, and I remember I also answered it.
Yeah, we're getting old.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
we're
old.
getting old.
Yeah.
Who remembers that Gilligan's Island had a spinoff?
Did it?
Who
What?
remembers Gilligan's Island spinoff? See if anybody out there is paying attention. Oh, how about the pedal car made out of palm trees? They made everything out of palm trees.
In the phone, the coconut phone. Well, the
It was on a
coconut
string.
radio.
It was on a string.
And they made a radio, but he couldn't get
Well,
off.
no, they had a real radio.
Oh,
And
okay.
he just kept it. He just kept it working by charging the batteries with seawater or something like that. That's right. Zom got it. It was a cartoon. It was a Gilligan's Island Saturday morning cartoon, and then that had a spin-off, Gilligan's Planet, because they got off the island in the cartoon in
Really?
a rocket ship and ended up on an alien planet.
How they got in a rocket ship? The professor cranked up something?
I don't know how that
And
happened.
we've seen a couple of movies with
rocket
the
ship made out of
in
coconuts.
And he's always
a
a
professor.
professor.
Even before Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of movies. A bunch of them were on Mystery Science, but he was a professor. And it's like, dude, can you ever not be a professor?
No, apparently not. Talk about being typecast.
No, no. SR needs Gilligan Island pops. I love the Gilligan Island movie when the Harlem Globetrotters showed up. The New Adventures of Gilligan's Island. Gilligan would be a woman if it was a new adventure.
Oh God, no, they wouldn't do it because Gilligan's a nitwit.
The professor would be a woman.
Yeah, but the Harlem Globetrotters, that was the one with Martin Landau, right? Martin Landau was in, and it was the Harlem Globetrotters guest starring.
R.A. said he remembered Gilligan's Planet and the movie that came out after, where there were no.
They didn't want her back.
Louise.
She was so much trouble on the original show. I remember seeing a documentary about the original show, and they said the producers would have to pull her aside and say, "Listen, honey, this is not called Ginger's Island; it's Gilligan's Island.
She played on Dallas.
You are not the main character. Suck it up." She gave people a real hard time on that show. So when they did, because there were a couple of Gilligan's Island made for TV films going back to it, and yeah, they replaced her.
She was JR's secretary in the first 2 episodes of Dallas.
Yeah,
her and JR were having an affair. Master Mexico said we don't need no more pops of anything.
Yeah, unless you own stock.
Yeah.
Let me see. What was it? Gilligan's Planet. Oh, by the way, there is a play school Gilligan's Island play set, and it's based on the New Adventures of Gilligan cartoon.
Oh wow!
So if you ever see the Gilligan's Island play set, it's not based on the show; it's based on that cartoon. There's 2 versions of the play set, one from 1977 and one from 1980, I think, or 76 or 77. And the only difference is that the colors on the island are different, but it's the same exact play set.
And Zombie says, remember the pilot from Gilligan's Island had a few different actors.
Yeah,
that is still a rumor about Tina. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a couple of different actors in it.
Man replacing characters on show. Yikes. Remember that 70s show had like 3 lorries, jeepers.
I didn't watch that 70s show.
I didn't watch that 70s show either.
They tried to spin that off. They tried to do that 80s show. And I think they only got like a couple of pilot episodes off before they canceled it.
Yeah. But I like how I hate how they do all this gender swapping in TV shows. It's like they're gonna bring a show back and they're gonna gender swap and they're gonna race swap, like Doogie Howser, and now the Doogie Howser is a girl from Hawaii.
It's like Doogie Kalunaloha.
Yeah, it's some girl name, and then the people at the hospital call it Doogie Howser. But it's like, why you got to do all that? Why can't you just make a show about what you want it to be about? Why do you have to just rip off something like Wonder Years? They brought that back.
Yeah, that's what Zoms just pointed that out.
Oh yeah, the Wonder Years. Yeah, they race swapped all of the characters, and Wonder Years was a real good show the way it was.
And it's, you could just make a whole new show. Why do you got to do that? It never works. I mean, I remember when they did that with The Odd Couple in the 80s. There was the new Odd Couples.
He said Fred Savage is the producer. Fred Savage was what was his name? Kevin Arnold. Oh man, why did he do that?
Money. He wanted to get paid.
I guess.
He's like, come on, Hollywood. Grease that palm.
But we were talking about that last week, about in comic books and movies, TV shows, how they race swap, gender swap, and they thinking that they're reaching a group of people, but
those people don't care.
Yeah, those people don't want to see it anyway. And it's like, okay, why don't you just make a show about the characters you want to see, not rehash a show that's already had a history, that's already established. They got established characters, they got all of that stuff. Just make a show. If you want a show about a mixed family, don't take the Wonder Years and make the dad black, the mom Asian, and they got some adopted kids from all over the world and all kinds of stuff. Just make a show about that.
You know why they don't? Because they already know no one will watch it.
Nobody wants to see that.
They figure at least we can hijack a nostalgic audience to be like, oh wow, the Wonder Years is coming back, and at least they'll watch the first couple episodes. But
Mass in Mexico, they made Doogie a Hawaiian girl.
Yeah, I know. I think he just had a meltdown.
Yeah. Okay, just to mention, you wouldn't have me being a mad today with that setting. Holy moly. Yeah. No, they did. We seen the advertising. They got the show. They make the movies.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
The woke, but the woke people don't want to see it.
They don't care.
They don't want to see that.
They don't care anyways.
They don't care about nothing.
So it's
they don't want to see that.
Yeah, and Grubdig is saying, is that what's happening with new James Bond? And we were talking about that earlier, that Daniel Craig is even saying this is the wrong way to do this.
G.I. Karen.
Yeah.
Haunter say, why take a chance making a new property when you can
hijack an old one?
And destroy nostalgia for quick cash grabs and destroy the entire
It's like they're gonna leave us with nothing.
G.I. Joe comics once they introduce a gay Joe. Sorry, but that is just a
okay.
Yeah. But it's like and
I don't know. I don't read that.
And we said this, like, the people that read comic books, I don't really think too many new people read comic books. I mean, I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But the majority of people that read comic books has been reading comic books for years. They're older people. So if you introduce something different, they're gonna blow up and be crazy about it. They don't want to see it. And if you're trying to get new people into comic books, remaking the old stuff, it's not gonna draw them in.
No.
It's not going to draw them in
You're just upsetting your core audience.
Yeah, and then they're not going to want to see it. Then you're going to have this whole thing that nobody wants to read.
Well,
and nobody cares
about. The comic industry has been surviving off of cover variants for nearly 2 decades now.
Mm.
They rarely have a new original story, it seems.
Yeah, and what Shiny Hunter said, they just want to see our culture burn. That's what we were
Yeah.
saying. I think they're really trying
They
to
weren't happy when they were
destroy
growing
it.
up, and they want to ruin
Yeah,
anybody
somebody
else's
else.
good memories.
Mm-hmm.
And that's which is just selfish and unnecessary.
Yeah,
Um, I
they
don't
want to
know.
deconstruct society. It's true.
Yeah.
The Twitter mob will always find something to complain about. True.
And that's everybody's fault, really, because the whole advent of the World Wide Web,
Mm-hmm.
the function of the World Wide Web when they put that online, because it's been around for a long time. It just didn't really come into its own until the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like this secret thing that only a few thousand people knew how to do back in like the 80s or whatever. But the magic of it was, everyone will be able to communicate. We can all learn from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Kumbaya. It'll enlighten people and enlighten the world. What do we do with it? Celebrity gossip, pornography,
Yeah.
video games. We we
But
we,
those
we treat
things.
it like crap, and that's what you get back out of it. And you get all these selfish people who sit in front of a computer all day or sit in front of their phone all day and don't do anything, don't think, don't have any imagination. All they can do is piss on everybody else. They don't know how to interact anymore. They
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to have an argument. They don't know how to have a conversation. And so what do? They sit there on the computer all day, putting their 2 cents in, and they don't even have any change. No one asked them for change. It's like, oh, no, I'm going to fix this guy. They'll make stuff up. They can lie. They can
Yeah.
hide behind the anonymity of the internet because most people will never find out who they are. Um, and it's just made it easy for people to be dirty.
But I mean, you always had pornography, the gossip,
Yeah,
and all of
made
that
it a
stuff.
hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, it made it a
Basically.
lot easier. But the thing, and I don't think people realize how much power they really have. Like, okay, think about back in the 70s and 80s when them mamas saw the violence in cartoons. What did they do? They petitioned, they went to Congress, and what did the people do? They took violence out of cartoons.
Now they suck.
Yeah, not but the point is
Yeah.
they got together
hmm
and they made us think about it. And nowadays, and I'm not saying that I do it because I don't either. I just like ignore stuff. So I'm not saying that I'm any that I protest anything. I don't. I just ignore it, turn it off or whatever. But if people came together and said, okay, you know what, y'all hijacking TV, whatever the cause is, and stand up against it, I don't know. Maybe something will get done, but then I don't know because um the people that you would protest to are deep in it. Like you
Yeah,
should be able.
the people that you're going to complain to are just as
Hmm.
responsible for what's
Yeah,
going on as anybody. So
yeah,
how do you
because they
how do you
getting they
complain?
they getting some money.
Anyone here ever been to a town meeting or a town hall or a
Yeah,
PTA? The
that's a
law
waste of time.
requires that they let you speak for a set limit. Might be 3 minutes, might be five, depends. So you say your piece, and they sit up there like this and let you talk, and they half-ass hear you, and then just do whatever the hell they want because they don't care. Um, and
Let's see. Kaja says it all stems from child abuse. Shiny Hunter said Kickstarter and some Instagram comics. Little studios are doing good. Most
mhm,
people don't want this crap. Do not let them demoralize you. Confidence is the lifeblood of all systems.
mhm.
The woke wrestler at least got what he was looking for, a good old beat up in the ring. One on, come on, we are smart. You want to sell it, make it better.
Okay.
Maybe we should make a movie called Woke and Woker,
Woker.
starring Dumb and Dumber.
Trying to catch up here a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Idiot
idiot
figures. Hey,
figures.
this is the first time I see your name. It doesn't ruin the original show or movie for me. It's like a video game. You like the first version, the next version sucks. So you just keep playing
And
the
that's really
original.
the key to
Yeah.
it too. And that's also why, we did a while back. We don't watch very much new stuff.
Yeah.
We have like a collection of vintage DVDs, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s,
Mm-hmm.
and a few 90s also. And we have set times, and we watch like because we don't binge. So we'll watch like Monday a couple episodes of this, Tuesday a couple episodes of that, usually something like that, or just one. Like we're watching Dukes of Hazzard, one episode a week on like was it
Wednesday.
Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesdays, and that's how we do it. Because those shows we enjoyed them, so we'll just enjoy them again. They're not producing anything that we really want to see. We won't watch it.
And people
But
get shocked because
yeah,
I buy Dukes of Hazzard stuff, and I went to
she loves
shows
the
and
Dukes of
bought it.
Hazzard.
I went to toy shops, and they all look like, you want to
I
buy
remember
this?
that
And I'm
one guy
like,
was
yeah,
like
I have no
talking about
problem.
the one guy, and he was like, you can looking at the die cast, because you get the big die cast one. It's
Mhm.
like, you can take a hair dryer and take that flag off. And I was like, oh, it's not for me, it's for her. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, and
And
then I
he's
was
like,
like, I
and
wouldn't buy it if it didn't have the
gave
flag
her
on it.
gave her a great deal on it too, because
Yeah,
he was
he
like,
was shocked
hey, all right, because
because society has made
hmm
people kind of standoffish. So they'll see you, and then they'll be like, okay, now what side of the road you on? What can I say or not say? And then you got to say something and be like, oh, okay, we cool now. You know what I mean? And that's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to do that. You should just be able to go up to somebody and talk and be like whatever.
and Dukes of Hazzard's a good show. That show is funny.
Nothing racist about that
Not at
show.
all, no.
Now
And
SR
also
says,
being
oh,
in the South too, that flag doesn't mean the same thing to everybody.
I mean,
It
I
doesn't,
understand it
Yeah.
from my grandparents and my parents' perspective because
hmm
they grew up during that time. So for
hmm
them, it means something totally different than it does for me. I'm not saying that what they feel ain't real. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not minimizing the things that they went through because I know because they all grew up in South Carolina and it was a lot of stuff that went on there. So I know
Yeah.
that and I understood it and I understand that. But I also know like it was this one white guy I knew and he had the Confederate flag on his car. And my mom and his mom were best friends. And I asked him about it. He was like, well, for me, it don't mean all that
hmm
you know. And he was cool with me. Me and him were really good friends. But for him, it had a totally different meaning. And I understand symbols have meaning and you can't always just overlook meanings. I understand that. But then, you got to kind of, I don't know, I guess kind of be in the moment and the situation and all that.
hmm
Something else to see.
This graphic man.
Hey, graphic man. Oh yeah, SR said they would call you racist or homophobic.
hmm
Yeah, they love throwing them names on there. Type of okay, Walker. I'm still shocked you don't have Disney. No, we ain't gonna get Disney Plus. My way of protesting is not buying it. So if I have a problem with Netflix, I really do. I'm not gonna get Netflix. I don't care for
hmm
Disney. I don't care for their practices. I
They've
don't care for
changed
the
from
things
when we
that
were kids. When we were kids, it
yeah.
really was the Magic Kingdom. Now it's
Um
like the
yeah.
magic is gone.
So I won't get that. Like that guy that we were just talking about them 12 rings. The way I'm a protest him is not watching that movie. Certain stores I won't go to because I don't like their practices. It's certain items we won't buy. We saw something advertised that I think it was some cookies or something. And they came out with this commercial that's all super woke. I said I'll never buy those cookies again. And it's something that I really like. But you know what? The way that I protest, I'm not gonna go stand outside with a sign. I'ma not buy your product. I mean,
Hurt them where it counts, right in the
yeah,
wallet.
and I know my little what Netflix is $10, probably won't do much for Netflix, but for me, it's saying something. So you don't have Disney Plus. It all stems from politics and bad ideologies go downstream. Yep. The 80s show are so classic. Love many. Magnum, Rockford Files, Quantum Leap, and so many others. Dukes is great. Yep. So-called TV shows is all garbage unless I'm missing the good
There's
shows. You
only a
ain't missing
couple.
no
There's
good
not. There's
shows.
not much out there.
Yeah. Okay, I think okay, I caught back up.
Okay.
I also have a huge DVD collection. Yep, Netflix
We
and
got a lot of
subscription
DVDs.
services are part of the culture problem. But if you like a flag, who cares? You hate my race. Congratulations. I'm gonna keep rising. Good. Yeah, that's basically how it is. The Nazi symbol has not always been evil. Yeah,
No,
and
that
David knows more
symbol,
about that.
yeah, that symbol, I think it means eternity, and it was
In like
a Buddhist symbol,
yeah, in
and
like what,
it's
Chinese?
yeah, it's been used by the Buddhists for close to like 5,000 years. He basically just adopted the symbol. He
Yeah.
was like, okay, yeah, I want to use that. It means what? Okay, and but people don't understand that. And you go to places in Asia and you see it carved in stone buildings and statues that are thousands of years old, and they still use it for that purpose. There, it doesn't mean the same thing to them.
Kaiser, there's reasons there's Confederate statues. It's a reminder that there's something to learn
Oops.
from our past mistakes. And the thing that I don't
Yeah.
know if people really understand, because this would offend me. Okay, so you take down the Dixie flag, you take down the Confederate statues, you change the names of cities, you change the names of towns. You're
Mhm.
not changing the person's feelings. You making them matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
actually fueling them because
Yeah.
it's like yeah, you're so afraid you took the statue down. Now
Yeah.
watch. You know,
Yeah.
it's or
You're not gonna,
yeah.
if a person really has a racist thought and feeling, and you take away something of theirs, and it don't even have to be racist, whatever it is. If you take away that thing, you're not gonna change their mind, their thoughts, their feelings, and their attitude. You're gonna heighten all of that because they're gonna see, that's why I don't like y'all. That's what I would say.
Sure.
I mean, you take something away of mine that means something to me, and I'm gonna be like, see, this is why I don't like y'all. This is why I don't trust you, and I don't want to have nothing to do with you. This moment with the Duke car, that's exactly why I always feel comfortable here, and it and in general in your groups. Stress-free, normal-minded, generally not offended or offering people. Thanks again. You're welcome. And that's all we try to do. We just try to be like real people. Now, if you got a thought or feeling, hey, that's 100%. Now you got to go get the car.
Yeah, this is the one from the show.
That's the one from the show that I bought.
It was you might could take that off with a hairdryer. What?
You crazy. That thing ain't coming off, because if it wasn't on there, I wouldn't buy it. Exactly. Don't buy or watch is the best boycott. Yeah, that is the best boycott. I just mean the design, not the Nazi. Disney supports death camps in China, so I'd say they're pretty evil. That's Kaiser. Let's see. Home Alone 81. Hey guys. Hey Home Alone. How are you? First time seeing your name here. I agree. Protest by not supporting those companies. You got a smart one, David. If Disney Plus, F Netflix, you're not getting my almighty dollar. Yeah.
She's very smart.
Yeah.
Quick, Kaiser. Who's that? Who's that, Kaiser
Nobody knows
Kaiju?
who that is.
Kaiser should know if he's into kaiju. Who is that? Come on.
He doesn't know. Walt Disney on Sunday nights when I was young. Yeah, it was. It was a special when Walt Disney would show a special. It used to be on ABC.
And they used to show a lot of animated shorts, right?
Yeah,
Is
and
that
they
the
used
one?
to show like Old Yeller.
Oh yeah.
And like what's that girl, the little orphan girl that had those little crystals? She stayed with the lady, Pollyanna.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Seinfeld would be considered a, yeah.
We're
Seinfeld.
watching
We're
that
watching
now too. We watch a
Seinfeld.
couple episodes every week, catching up.
And I didn't realize how much weird stuff they said.
They said a lot of bizarre stuff on that
Yeah,
show.
I get it. I am kind of ashamed. I definitely stay ignorant of political issues. I mean,
Nothing to
I'm
be
not
ashamed
no.
about. I wouldn't want to. I mean, it. Life's hard enough.
Yeah.
Life's hard enough, and there's a lot of people hell bent on making it even harder.
Even harder.
They want to make it harder on you because they're not happy and they don't want to be in the boat alone.
Yeah, but the thing is, don't be totally blind to what's going on. Like, we don't watch the news and we don't political things, but we know what's going on. We know what the politicians are doing and what they're and their agendas and all kind of stuff. So don't be blind, because that's what they want. They want you to be blind. Oh, he don't know nothing, so we could sneak it in on him.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to know what's around you and what's going on. So when they come up with all of that weird talk and they use different words and they twist and turn stuff, you'll be able to catch it.
They're counting on two things. One, most people are ignorant.
Yeah.
And I don't mean just like, you're an idiot, but if you're ignorant of something, you just don't understand it.
Yeah.
So they're counting on that lack of understanding. And two, that most people are not going to bother to find out. They don't know about something, they get told something and they just accept it without turning around and testing it for themselves or finding out for themselves. And I used I was talking about that a couple of days ago, and I used T.D. Jakes as an example. He had this sermon where he's talking, if you want to call it that, because he's really a motivational speaker. He's really not.
No,
he doesn't teach.
Talking about T.D.
T.D. fakes. T.D. fakes. But he's more of a motivational speaker. He doesn't teach anything from the Bible. He doesn't even quote. But he's trying to spin a narrative that, because he believes now that the earth is a recreation, that there was already an earth. And so he's saying all throughout Genesis, you see and you hear about that this has been redone and this has been remade and all this other stuff. There is nothing in Genesis. There is no prefix re anywhere in Genesis. There is nothing to imply anything has been redone or remade or recreated. But he knows, one, his audience doesn't know their Bible, and two, that the only thing they're going to do with their Bible is carry it under their arm back and forth to church
and not read
They're
it.
not going to read it, and if they do read it and don't understand it, they're not going to research it and study it. He knows this. So he's got his audience sewn up, and that's what most people do. That's what these politicians and activists and all these people do. They know a lot of people don't understand, and a lot of people aren't going to bother to find out. And that's my speech.
Shiny Hunter. Guys, please look up Daryl Davis, black jazz musician who converted Klan members by befriending them.
Okay.
I want to say, I don't know if that's the guy, but I
Sound familiar?
Well, I saw a documentary. It wasn't a documentary. It was like a 2020 news, thing, but it was an older one from like the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a black guy, but this guy was a preacher though. And he had converted a couple of Klansmen by befriending them. And the one he got, he was like a leader. He helped the guy. The guy, something happened and he was able to help him. And the Klan guy saw that, okay, well, maybe he's not that bad, so I'm gonna be friends with you. So they became friends, and he invited him to his house and different.
That's how
things
I approach everybody.
But I don't think it's the same guy. But
I saw one guy in an interview once. I think it was on 2020 or something. He used to be like a grand, whatever they call those guys, grand something or other.
And the Grand Dragon?
I don't know. But he quit, and they were like, well, how do you just quit? And he said, stop paying your dues. They don't care about you as long as the check's coming. And it was like, quit paying, they'll forget about you.
Home Alone said, I missed it. Are we discussing Transformers crossover?
Oh, it is Ridley Cinema.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, how's your back doing?
Yeah. So
yeah. Oh, yeah. You say I ended up back in the hospital, starting back from Oh, wow. Hey, It's been forever. Good to see you guys. Turns out I have a herniated disc. I ended up back in the house to start on step one, but I've got a game plan, and that's good to get back on track. You got to keep moving. You got to keep that body moving. You got to keep exercising. The Deuce car is the only Duke car with the flag. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Roscoe. Roscoe's police car. His license plate is actually the Dixie flag. The front plate.
I listen to a few black and biracial friends and family. I take their word for it when they are for or against something or someone out of ignorance and respect. Okay. David on the Jerry Anderson website in the
Distorted Reality.
I know, in the tour, they have Space 1999 collection badge set, and this cool. Commander Koig figure with
Koenig.
Koenig. Okay. Okay, I'm afraid I don't know. Is it an Ultra Man monster? I'm ashamed.
It is an Ultraman.
Okay, you got
This is
it.
a vintage. It's an Ultraman monster. I can't honestly. I don't remember his name either. But
Zombie
this is
says
an
that
older.
Bugs Bunny on steroids.
Yeah, this is an older. This is an older one. This one was made in 1983. This is not a one of the a newer recast or remakes. 3 points of articulation, barely, because you see that right there. That's about as far as that hip's going. But yeah, this is an Ultraman villain.
Oh, let's say it's probably why the Bible scripture said, "Remove not the ancient landmark which thy." Everyone's argument these days is, "Are you a doctor? How would you know?" I don't need a doctorate to know what doctors know. I have the access to libraries.
Mhm.
You only need a doctorate to practice medicine. Yeah.
You know what the doctor knows? What they've been told to know, what they've
Yeah.
been trained to know.
Mhm.
Here's a funny story for you.
I think you told that one before.
Which one?
About your leg.
No,
Okay.
but you've heard of Tom's of Maine toothpaste? You know Tom's of Maine.
Oh,
They make
Tom's toothpaste and
Tom's of Maine.
deodorant.
Yeah, Tom's of Maine. I used to brush with Tom's of Maine, and I used to have the dentist say, "Oh, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that." And I've heard that it wasn't recommended. Funny how when Crest bought them out, suddenly dentists started recommending it, even though the ingredients never changed. Think about it. They know what they've been told to know. All these medications and stuff, they don't know what's in them. They don't know what they do. You know, again, we work in mental health. We see a lot with these medications and such. Or avocados.
Oh,
What's up with that?
everybody's
Don't think that they're not influenced by
yeah.
kickbacks. You know, you see all these ads suddenly for avocados.
Mm-hmm.
And we got doctors taking clients into the doctor, and they're like asking about the diet. Perhaps you might try giving them avocados. Where did that come from? Never mentioned avocado. Never mentioned any foods. Now all of a sudden you're talking about avocados. I mean, how much backdoor money do you guys get? And I'm supposed to trust these people? When I was a kid, doctors used to recommend menthol cigarettes to calm your nerves. Think about that. I mean, come on.
And with that, love you all and stay based in healthy and stay safe. I will send you pictures of the Joe. Oh, okay, Shiny Hunter, he got all that Joe stuff he was telling me about.
Yeah.
Do you have any cartoon themed toothpaste in your collection? No.
I have a Darth Vader toothbrush.
Ooh.
It's mine.
Robert, just a fan. You just showing up. Where were you?
Yeah, where were you?
The doctor we pay to be on our show agrees with us.
Yeah, basically, that's what it comes down to. Where is my toothbrush?
Dude, real quick, the cartel does a lot with avocado because of lids and called.
No, there's no kitties in the basement, Robert.
No.
It's like when the drug companies want the patient treatments to illness, but ban others from selling it. Yeah. It's a lot of money, and they don't know what the stuff does. And sometimes it's something that can be corrected with a dietary change or whatever. They'd rather throw pills at you. And there's a lot of money to be thrown around. There's a lot of money to be thrown around. Doctors, you know, I knew two pediatricians. They were women, older ladies, told me never trust a young doctor. They told me this.
Oh, yeah.
Two different, one in Kansas and one in Boston. Don't trust these younger doctors because the stuff that they're not really learning medicine anymore. Be very careful. I believe it. I believe that. That was back in the 90s.
Master Mexico, I'm a doctor. In fact, double doctor, more than 20 years on the job, and I don't know absolutely nothing. I am still learning.
And that's something you're always learning. You're dealing with people's bodies, you know,
bodies and minds. If you're a psychiatrist,
yeah, everybody reacts to things differently. You know, you've got to be careful with that. You can't just blanket. Oh, you know, here, just throw a handful of pills. Here you go. Just take these. Try that. Let me know if you die.
Pharma makes a lot of money from the side effects they create with their own. Yeah. I can only imagine what the 80s Ghostbusters Slimer toothpaste would do if
Yeah, they used to make
today.
that kind of stuff. They did. They had the themed toothpastes.
Home Alone says he heard I like the Origins vehicles, not the figs. The reason I don't like the figures is because I got some of the original figures and I got Super 7 figures. They're all the same. And to me, and I got like the classic figures. So it's a bunch of the same thing, but with the vehicles,
Hmm.
they made different vehicles. Super 7 didn't make any Masters vehicles. I got some of the original vehicles, but Origins are making different vehicles that they didn't make originally.
Hmm.
So that's why
Or in a better scale, a
yeah,
different scale.
is a better scale. I like the packaging, the colors is a lot more articulate. But I didn't want the figures because again, I got the original figures and I have everything that Super 7 made, and for me, it would just be too much. And it's like, oh, that it's just no point in my mind.
Yeah, but she's a big Masters fan, but
Yeah.
primarily the originals. We're still watching the original Filmation too. Still trying to get through that. Um,
Oh man,
who
we saw
remembers?
an
Who
episode.
remembers when Randor's father appeared in the second season? I just want to see if anyone remembers
Anybody
before we
remembers
talk. Before
that?
we talk about this, do you remember his father showing up? I'll get to that in a
Miro,
second.
King
King
Miro.
Miro, yeah. Let me see. And Robert is getting hooked on listening to tunes from the 2000s. Even that's better than what's going on now.
Some of it I like 2000s R&B up from 2000 to 2000 about 8 or 9 R&B. Not some of the pop. You mean music, right?
Yeah, music.
Yeah. That's about it. That new stuff I can't do it. We were listening to something the other morning going to work. You remember it was a girl and a guy and she was talking. She was singing. Oh God, I don't know what words she was saying.
Work.
Is that what she
Wah
was saying?
wah 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 wah.
Oh
It was
God, it
garbage.
sound
And then
awful.
his like super like cranked to 10 auto tune, and you
Ooh,
couldn't even understand what he was saying. It was just trash. And that was like a number one song, I think.
yeah.
It's like, wow, these kids' brains must be mush.
Mm.
Yeah, display names talking about Mezco announcing the 112 Doctor Doom. Never owned any Mezco, but they often look very cool. How do you feel about them? Do they feel like quality worth the price? It's hit or miss. Because I've reviewed a lot of Mezcos, and you can find them on this channel. Some of them I thought were really well done, like the Popeye Stormy Seas I like, and the Nosferatu I thought was really well done. And then sometimes they throw you a curveball, like their John Wick, which people, what is that? Is
That's
that
the
the
air
air? Oh,
condition.
okay. When the people waited overtime for because it was delayed. It was like 14 months for it to come out. When they got it, the head sculpt doesn't look right. The suit doesn't fit right. The tie looks like it's glued on. So sometimes, and it's usually the stuff you wait the longest for, like the Gladiator Hulk. The Legends Build-A-Figure Gladiator Hulk is a better figure than the Mezco one, and a lot cheaper. The colors don't even match. His arm, torso, head, and legs are like different shades of green, for Christ's sake. And
El
people waited
Giro.
like a year for it. But sometimes it depends. So hopefully Doom will come out okay. Some of them it's like, wow, this is great, and some of them it's like, what the hell? What were you thinking? They're Gil who is it? Gil Gadot, Wonder Woman,
Mm-hmm.
another terrible figure. And they're the Catwoman. Catwoman looks good. Half the people who own one, the knees are broken. They snapped.
Robert said he been buying a lot of retro comics.
Mm-hmm.
Master Mexico says I don't have any Super 7, so I am going for certain Origins figures.
Mm-hmm.
Got web store on Friday, and I am really happy with that figure.
Okay.
Dig says, what did you guys think of the Motu movie in '87?
Oh, the Dolph Lundgren
I
version.
saw that. I honestly don't remember it. I saw it once. I actually saw it in the theater.
It's a fun film. It's fun.
And Retro Peter says he remembers Adam's granddad, Miro.
Uh-huh.
Robert just a fan. R&B, you mean like Seal, Love, Kiss from a Rose? Batman Forever. No, I'm talking about like Jagged Edge and
Hmm.
Miles J.
Yeah,
Stuff like
Adam's
that.
grandfather.
Yeah.
The Robert says the room looks different. We're just in a different position.
Yeah, we moved around and we're gonna
Yeah,
move around since
we'll
we got this
try. Yeah,
camera
we'll
now.
try to. Let's just see.
If the Wi-Fi will let
Anyway,
us.
the thing, and I think what was it? The name of the episode, The Relic.
I
I
don't
want to
know.
say it's The Relic because a bracelet was found in the marketplace, and Duncan recognized the bracelet, and he was like, "Wait, this is King Miro's bracelet. Where'd you get this?" And went looking for him. And King Randor went looking for him, and of course he get hemmed up because King Randor is useless. Like most of the characters on the original Filmation, freaking useless. But Miro, they find him.
Yeah, he locked up.
Father, and they find him and they rescue him, and they, as soon as they get him back to the palace, Miro's like, "Well, gotta go. I'll see you." And then even King Randor's like, "But Father, you just got here," and he was like, it's like, "Nah, it's like I've been locked up for a long time, and I want to see, I want to walk around and see Eternia. Bye," and just ditched him. And it's like, Randor's dad went out for a pack of smokes.
Yeah, he just abandoned them. It
He
was
just
like,
took off. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Randor could take you on a tour of Eternia or arrange something. It's just like, I'll keep in touch. See ya. Bye, Randor. Bye. It's like, golly, who wrote this? Who wrote this episode?
That was bad.
I can understand Miro saying, I've been gone for 20 years. 20 years. Oh, you need to stay king because I can't do it anymore because I don't know what's up. All right, that makes sense. But yeah, and by the way, Randor, but it's been nice to see you again.
Yeah,
but
all of a day.
Papa's a Rolling Stone. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to get going.
RA says he just got his Revoltech figures. Revoltech figures. I kind of like them. He kind of likes them.
Okay.
Where something about chili. I saw that. Oh, Sugar Chili Robinson. People watch him on YouTube. I don't know who that is. The Hawk P40 fell apart on me.
Oh, the Mezco?
He re-glued a few things. Didn't break, just came apart. Oh wow.
Is that the Mezco one that they just put out, the IP one?
Robert just saw the original Spider-Man, didn't know it had a soundtrack. Ridley wants to know, do I have any Dolph Lundgren He-Man figures? Only the ones from Super 7 is the ones that I have. Zombie like the Motu movie. You guys heard of Little Nas X? Yeah, he sing that song with Old Time Road. I don't like him. Yeah, his antics are very disturbing, just like you said. Just like you said. I remember getting He-Man toys from Burger King.
200X had Burger King prices.
I remember Burger King before I actually had standards for food.
And when we were kids, though, it was different. It was the place to be when you were a kid. Like just like McDonald's, they did a lot at Burger King. I actually have more memories of being at Burger King when I was a kid than McDonald's because I could get to it by myself. I didn't have any money, but I go to the Burger King because they did stuff like they always had the Star Wars promotions, and they went around with a Coca-Cola version of R2-D2, and he used to appear at that Burger King every to see him.
Wheels of Doom. We haven't seen you in a while. How are you? The Filmation cartoon was very cheesy, but as a kid, it was great.
It still holds up. It's got great color. Yeah. It's got really good animation. It's good continuity.
And the stories motion, are good.
The movement is good. The stories are like
kind of corny sometimes.
Yeah, they're corny, but it's still fun. I think it still holds up.
The Deathstroke is wonky, but the Yoko Lither is really nice. That's what RA said.
Okay.
Even like Toby said, right? Fever Strut. I don't know. What are you talking about?
That's in the third film, isn't it? When he encounters Venom.
Zombie says Sugar Chili was 30s and up, very talented. Bully McGuire needs to make a cameo. I always felt Topher Grace would have been a great Peter Parker, not so much Eddie. We only had McDonald's and a really and
Early version of Arby's, no Burger King.
oh
But
oh yeah,
yeah,
because he's in Canada.
because they were trying to compete with McDonald's Child Draw at that time in the 70s and 80s. There's Edwin.
Axel Foley says music fell apart from 2010 onward, just like the world did. Nice seeing
Earlier than
you,
that.
Ragnar. Bye. Yeah, that's about what he said. Nice seeing you, Randor, for all of a day. Goodbye, goodbye,
Not
Adam.
even. Not even. I mean, they just helped him escape from the witch who was keeping him captive. And by the time they got back to the palace, he's like, well, thanks, Randor. Gotta go.
Hey, Edwin. Robert, I am not singing no R&B music because I can't sing.
She can sing. She's a liar.
Ridley, have you seen the figures from the Lord of the Rings 78 animated film? No, I don't like ones.
What?
Well, I can't say I don't like
Where's
Lord
that?
of the Rings.
Oh yeah,
Ridley.
I know the figures you're talking about. I have seen those. Knickerbocker made those, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they? They're expensive. They didn't make very many, and they are hard to come by.
Home Alone, funny as a kid. 50% of the characters never made filmation, but they were all fun. So the best Topher movie is when a predator got a hold of him.
Okay, and his wheels. I love the original mini comic books that came with the figures.
Yeah, we read
the
those.
artwork is brilliant. Great to be here. You guys rock. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Topher was really good in Predator. Oh, that's a person. I really hated him. Spider-Man 3 had bad casting choices, except for Spider-Man.
Except for Sandman.
Oh, Sandman.
Yeah, the Sandman character was a good casting choice.
I didn't see Spider-Man 3.
From the Tobey Maguire version, Spider-Man 3.
I saw the one with Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's the first one. Bonesaw! Bonesaw is ready! You know what? Randy Savage would have made a great Lobo.
Oh yeah.
I would have liked to have seen him as Lobo.
Didn't he break his neck or chipped us?
He had a heart attack.
No. In the Spider-Man movie, when he was wrestling with Spider-Man, he hurt himself.
Yeah, he did hurt himself. I don't remember though.
Injury. He had a permanent injury, but he kept on wrestling.
Yeah. The Hobbit Hobbit tune, the Hobbit were like made for TV specials.
RG, really?
In the 70s.
Hey, RG.
JG.
Where did I get RG from? JG Wentworth. 877 cash now.
Yeah. Bonesaw. Every time I see him, I want a Slim Jim. Macho Man in the MCU? No, I think he should have been.
Oh,
Lobo.
that South Park episode with Macho Man. It was so funny. God. Oh God, that was so funny. Macho Man would have been in the MCU. Yeah, I think he would have did good. Rankin. Then Macho Man got hurt. He did. Filming the Spider-Man movie when him and Spider-Man were in the ring. I think he picked I can't remember. I saw a documentary on it and they were talking about it. But he did get hurt and it was a permanent injury. I want to say he hurt his neck or his back. And but it was a permanent injury and it caused him, it caused him injury. I mean, caused him issues, but he worked through it and he continued to wrestle, but he did get injured permanently. It's my money and I need it now. Yep.
There you go. Snap into a Slim Jim. This is a store display that I got for LPH.
Ralph Balfe did Lord of the Rings animated film. Did you see Paris Hilton in South Park? No, I didn't see that one. It was disturbing and hilarious. I saw the one with
I think I saw that.
Medea. We saw the Medea one.
I saw the one with Paris Hilton. She was having a slut contest.
Oh, we saw Honey Boo Boo.
And lost.
And we saw the one with Caitlyn Jenner.
But I'm about South Park out though because they just keep getting worse and worse.
Yeah. South Park is one of those shows you have to somebody that doesn't mind have to watch it and pick out the ones that are not bad, because they got some that are like,
Yeah.
okay, that's not bad, and then they got others that are like,
It's
God,
all they
why?
wanted to do was see how far they could get with vulgarity.
Yeah.
And it's just too much. Oh, Occam's
Oh
razor.
yeah.
I'll never understand why
Yeah.
sellers have 9 items ending all at the same split second.
Yeah.
You know what?
Spread
You
it
know how
out.
that
We
works.
were talking about that.
That's when you put a listing up, and then you take the option to set a time for the listing to start. And that person, when they do that, they don't think about, okay, oh yeah, I'll just set it to start at like 9 o'clock on Wednesday or something, and then it'll end 9 o'clock next Wednesday, right? 7-day auction. But it doesn't occur to them that then you're going to have them all like shut down at the same time instead of spacing them out.
Who remembers the hard to find willow figures and the figures from the Dark Crystal? I never that
What's that?
thing. No, the thing pops up on you and you can't read.
I remember the willow
Dark.
figures.
Okay. Did you get the Thule Funko? I don't know who Thule
Towley.
is. Towley. I don't know who that
No,
is.
I don't have any South Park Funkos.
I got Zombie Kenny, and that's it.
Oh, well, she has that.
They used to have those Slim Jim displays in 7-Eleven back in the day.
She's got the mugs too.
I got the mug, yeah.
Because you remember they used to have it in a big like. She's got a couple of those.
I want to buy some horror movies for Halloween. Maybe Salem's Lot and the Silver Bullet Creepshow. Yeah, Salem's Lot was good, and the Silver Bullet was good. I like to see horror movies that people don't normally watch.
Yeah.
Like Halloween, everybody watched. Friday the 13th, Saw. You know,
Storm of the Century is good.
Storm of the Century is a good one.
It's another Stephen King. It was no book. It was written to be a television miniseries.
Yeah.
And the book came after. Rose Red.
Rose Red is a good one. Yeah.
And those are miniseries, of course, but you know.
The episode where Macho Man identifies as a woman and competes in the women's competition. Yeah, competition. Yeah, that's the one with Macho Man. That one is funny. Actually going to be movies now, I think. Some good stuff coming. Venom, Bond, new Spidey movie. Yeah, we were talking about the Venom movie earlier, and we were talking about how the direction that movies and TV shows are going in. And then Paul Robotnik just woke in. Hi, guys. Speaking of actors getting hurt on the set, I think Jackie Chan hurt his foot. Oh, he had a lot of broken bones.
He broke his ankle.
Got knocked out.
He broke his ankle on a jump, and he had them make him a cast that looked like a sneaker because he needed to finish the scene with the he's doing the water skiing. He's on the back of the hovercraft. That's what happened. He's broken his nose like half a dozen times. That's why his nose is so messed up.
He's knocked his tooth out. He's gotten knocked out. We saw one movie, and then if you watch the end credits, it'll show you all of the where he messes up. Sometimes
some of the films.
One of the movies, he ran and he hit the wall, and I don't know if the wall was supposed to move, but he knocked himself out. He was knocked out for like 5 minutes, and then
you know who else did that?
Who?
What is his name? Chris Farley did that on Beverly Hills. Is it Beverly Hills Ninja? Where he's like, that's your phone.
That's my mama. Yeah, go ahead.
Beverly Hills Ninja. Is that the name of it, guys? Help me out here. Where he's a ninja, and it's a comedy. There's a scene where he runs through the wall. In one scene, he's running through a wall, but he messed up and he ran in the wrong direction, and he hit the wall stud and just kind of spun around it through the edge of the wall and fell out. So he plowed right into the damn stud. And he's a big boy too. Yeah. Yeah, Occam's razor's talking about Bond woman apparently. Well, they're going to make her 007.
Tommy Knockers.
Yeah, Tommy Knockers. I remember that one. The Tommy Knockers are going to get you.
The Langoliers was good. I
Oh,
like
the
that.
Langoliers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the concept of the Langoliers. And it was another movie with that same concept. And I think it wasn't a Twilight Zone. It was a show like the Twilight Zone, and they had that same concept. I don't want to say because I'll tell you the whole show. So I don't want to say because somebody might want to see it.
Yeah.
Robert never saw Perfect Storm.
It's worth watching. It's interesting.
Kaiser want to get all of the rapper Funko Pops.
Ugh.
Um,
That's all right.
ever watch Night Flyer? The TV show Night Flyer. I started watching it, um, but I haven't. I watched the first episode. They made it, okay. So you read that one. Where the only horror movie made me tear up was Hostel and El Toro. What? Real eye opener
Where
because
are you?
might be true was sad. This one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Wheels of Doom. Harrison Ford damaged his back during the Temple of Doom,
Yeah.
and they got his stunt double to fill in until he recovered. They were drugging tourists to take their body parts. Very scary because actually could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened in the movie Old. That's the new movie from that M. Night Shyamalan or whatever his name is. In Old, they take you to an island and they give you an experimental drug to see how it's going to how your body is going to react. But when you go to the island, you age fast, so they can see the amount of time that
Yeah.
your body reacts to the medication they gave you.
Idiot figure said they liked the Langoliers.
Yeah, the Langoliers were good.
Yeah. I lost $28 million and I did it on purpose.
Yeah, Robert said the Miss pissed him off,
Yeah.
the ending. And then we were watching the Miss
The
TV
TV show.
and then we had to stop.
Yeah, it got real weird.
Well, that little boy.
Yeah, that boy was annoying.
Yeah. Ridley, Chris Farley would be doing clunkers and maybe a gem once in a while, much like Adam Sandler and the rest of them. He would have been great in Grown Ups.
Mm-hmm.
I like The Stand with Molly Ringwald. Yep, The Stand was good. Girl, I thought you was about to say that kind of what happened to me once. What?
CAN.
Uh-huh. Not a
Oh,
huge
no.
gore fan.
No,
No.
us either.
Mm-mm. Don't like Saw. I saw the first Saw. The first Saw was fine, but after that, it just came a
Yeah,
gore
it
fest.
just be or gore porn
Gore
as they
porn, they call it.
refer to it now. It's a gore porn, and it's like, where's the story, man? Just watching people get tortured. I'm not interested in that.
Mm-hmm. The movie, as we saw it.
That's what she was just talking about.
Yeah, Robert was asking how did I like it. It was okay, It was one of M. Night's better movies, unlike The Village. The Village was ridiculous.
The ending was too fast.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly they were like, oh God, we only got 10 minutes of film left.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up quick.
They did need to because
they needed to slow down.
Yeah, because all the way up to the end, it was going along and progressing pretty good at a decent pace. And you could follow along. You saw, you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting it now. And then the end came and it's like, yep, we gotta go. They needed to drag it out a little bit longer. They needed to make the movie a little longer just so it wouldn't feel rushed at the end. YouTube Tales from the Dark Side episodes last Halloween. Oh, okay.
Kaiser. Oh, and speaking of which, let me just read that real quick because I started it. But Kaiser says, when are we going to go on Joe Rogan? When he invites us. He does interviews.
Oh, but he does politics.
Yeah, well. But speaking of Halloween, I have a treat. I have a treat for the viewers.
Oh boy,
I have a treat for the viewers. I don't know if I'm going to tell you quite what it is yet, but we selected a classic Halloween special, one that most people probably haven't seen because everybody's seen like Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, whatever. We picked a more obscure one that most people haven't seen that's pretty good. It's funny, it's fun, very nostalgic. And I copied it in to my system. I edited in vintage because it was played between 1977 and 1984 every Halloween. and I spliced in appropriate commercials at all the commercial breaks. I did the whole thing with it. It was a lot of work, actually. But we're going to put that up as a Halloween special on the channel for the viewers, so you can have your little nostalgic childhood 70s/80s Halloween moment, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. Somebody
Let's
there?
see. Yeah. Okay. Robert says haunted in Connecticut was shivering. I think I saw that. Have you heard about the theory of Kevin
Kevin
McAllister
McAllister.
growing up to be Jigsaw?
No, but I had an interesting idea that, that of course is the Home Alone kid.
Yeah, I know.
As an adult, if you get the same actor back, right? Have him be home alone during the purge, and purge people are trying to break into his house, and he's defending the house as an adult themed version of the same concept. What does anybody think about that? I said it here first. I want my check.
Yeah, sure. You better hope you.
It would. I think they would pull it off, especially if.
But
what is that kid? What is that guy's name?
I don't know.
From who was in Home Alone?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin. If they got Macaulay Culkin back, Home Alone, The Purge, I bet you people will go see it. Especially if you got Joe Pesci and the other guy.
They're still around.
Yeah, they are.
Robert says The Village. The Village is the one where the people were living in the middle of the woods, and they didn't tell everybody.
There was a blind girl.
All of the kids thought that they were living like, I don't know, in the 1700s
or something.
But it was really the present day. But the adults sold everything they had, bought a plot of land in the middle of the woods because they wanted to get away from society, the government, and taxes. And then something happened. Somebody got sick and they needed to go to town to get some medicine.
And that's where it got weird.
Yeah, because in order to keep their secret, they had to send the blind girl out because she wouldn't be able to see, to know that things are normal.
Yeah, but here's the trick. She gets out, gets in a car, drives to where the medical stuff is, gets penicillin, right?
Yeah.
Walks back and gets to the village. She was driven somewhere. She can't count her steps anymore. There's no way she could know. I don't care how good of a blind person she is.
I mean, it was still dumb.
She
still blind dumb. And all of that.
It was still dumb.
Have you? Okay, so we read that. Why did Robert Downey Jr. go from Endgame to Doolittle?
It might have been in his contract. Sometimes some of these guys do some pretty stupid films that don't make any sense. And Dr. Doolittle is not a film that needed to be. The only Dr. Doolittle that counts is the one with Rex Harrison.
Where was that? Somebody had put in that their daughter had just started to watch Lucifer and they thought it was good. They must have deleted it. Okay. Gilda Radner,
Radner.
Oh, amazing Halloween animated movie. That's a must for Halloween.
Okay.
Home Alone kid did a horror movie, The Good Son. Yeah, he did that.
That's right.
He was good in that.
The Good Son was good.
On a mature Home Alone, not Wicker Man.
Not the first one. The first one was a freaking musical.
The first one was a
it was a
orgy.
Musical. It was weird.
Yeah. Village, very much like Antebellum 2020 release. I never seen that. Here's a question: a viewer sent you a Ouija board. Would you keep it? No, we'll burn it immediately or get rid of it. Some people consider it
I wouldn't use a Ouija board.
No, we'll burn it immediately.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know nothing about that.
Yeah. Okay, Macaulay Culkin used to be a great on Red Letter Media. They review old B-style movies. Okay.
Home Alone 3. There was a Home Alone 3, but they changed Kevin.
Oh,
it did not need to happen.
Eddie Murphy was okay as Dr. Doolittle. I always wanted to see Pluto Nash. I heard that was like the worst movie ever.
No, Disney pulled it like after a couple of days. I mean, it only made like $8 million in the box office, but they spent almost $100 million making the film. So it's considered one of the biggest bombs. The film's not that bad, but Disney didn't give it a chance.
Aaron says that the Ouija board is just a parlor game. The movie was in the movie Let Me In was pretty. I don't. I've
See?
heard of that movie,
Rex
but
Harrison, Dr. Dolittle, 1967 Mattel. Rex Harrison. That's the one you want.
Home Alone. Oh no, that's not Home Alone. That's Mitter the Writer, I think. Christine was a great Halloween movie. Christine is a good movie.
Yeah, that was
I like.
all right.
Yeah, I bet you guys can finally sleep at night. That Britney Spears is free. Britney Spears and her dad had all that goings on.
Oh yeah.
It's a parlor trick, like spirit rapping. What's spirit rapping? I never
I don't
heard of
know.
that.
No, we didn't see Bad Boy Buddy or Bubby. Bad Boy Bubby.
I
That
never
doesn't sound
heard of that.
familiar. I don't think we saw that. Is your cup empty?
Oh no, I better
Yeah,
move
careful.
it. I know I'm about to kick it over.
Please don't spill anything in here.
No.
I'll have a heart attack.
The Halloween Tree Book and Movies is a definite must watch. I never heard of that one.
Okay.
Let me see. I feel the same way LPH and David about the Ouija board. I get rid of it. You guys are the best, says Scareglow. Thank you.
Thank you indeed.
I like to see Pluto Nash, but no way I'll watch Norbit. I didn't like Norbit.
Norbit, it started off okay. It was interesting. Like the first half, it's like someone else wrote the second half of the film. It seemed like it was going somewhere, and then it's like they just lost interest in their own project.
Did you get to watch In Time movie?
In Time?
I never heard of that movie.
I don't know.
The Home Alone 3 we got wasn't terrible, and it wasn't Kevin. It was a
it was a different kid.
Yeah,
they changed the kid out. It doesn't feel the same when they
he
swapped
looks like
the lead actor. Let me see.
The original Let the Right One In with subtitles is good. Okay. Both movies are good. I only saw Let Me In. It was good. Okay. That sounds familiar. Let Me In, but I don't know. I'll look it up. The Fog was good. The one with Jamie Lee Curtis. But I saw both of them because the original one has Jamie Lee Curtis, and then it's another one.
Oh, somebody thinks I'm going to perform a seance because there's a glow. No, that's just my holy energy. That's my angel like halo there.
Okay. Sure it is. Let me in.
Maybe I'll send you some good fortune.
Send me some good fortune.
maybe Elon Musk is watching and he'll donate $100,000.
Oh God, yeah. Bullied at school, neglected at home.
I've heard that happens. So some of these guys are watching and they get like 1 million. Yeah, who's that? Aaron. No more Willy Wonka movies are needed. No, they didn't need to be a remake. The original one was enough. There was supposed to be a sequel, but Roald Dahl, the guy who wrote Willy Wonka, was so pissed off with the way that they did the film, he wouldn't let them use the material for the second movie because there was supposed to be a sequel with Gene Wilder.
Vampire movie, one more Willy Wonka, no more Willy Wonka. Let Me In is about a little girl who's a vampire. Oh, the one I saw, it said somebody was bullied and it was spying on the Did it come out in 2010?
Maybe there's other.
I must have looked
maybe
up
that
the wrong
title's
one.
been used before.
Yeah.
Occam wants to know if we ever watched Time. I remember Time Bandits.
Who?
I do remember Time Bandits. Occam's Razor. You ever watch Time Bandits with the dwarf guys and kids traveling through time? Sean Connery. Was Sean Connery?
I don't know, but we just saw a Sean Connery movie where he was a police detective.
Yeah.
You remember? Oh man, he was intense in that.
Yeah,
movie.
we watched him like slowly have a nervous breakdown through the film, and he pulled it off pretty well.
And the way he was treating his wife was just like, golly, Sean.
Yeah, I know.
He was a police detective, and he was trying to get this child molester
to talk.
And man, he had a nervous breakdown.
He had a nervous breakdown while they left him while they were left him alone, and he just snapped off and just started torturing the guy.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name.
I don't remember the name of the movie either. Elon literally married that girl because of memes or something.
I hope he got a prenup.
Check out the foreign film Troll Hunter, subtitled by is good, far fetched, but enjoyable. The Troll Hunter. Time to get ready for
Are you
football.
watching a game?
Okay. All Tim Burton films seem scary as a kid. Edward Scissorhands, Beetlejuice, and Batman.
Yeah, maybe as a kid.
Tim Burton did Batman?
The he did the first two, I think.
Oh, and
with
the 89 Batman?
Yeah,
Oh, did he?
I believe so. A lot more of his influence you see in the one with the penguin, though, and of course, Nightmare Before Christmas, which is probably his best film.
Did you watch Thunderbirds? David watched Thunderbirds.
Yeah, I got all of the Jerry Anderson stuff from Supercar all the way through.
Kaiser said football is political garbage. All sports has become very political.
Yeah,
It's not
there's not
an
too many
escape
left
anymore. It's all even the what do you call that thing? Soccer, all of that stuff.
Bold Gambit is here.
Hey, Bold Gambit.
Kaiser wants to know favorite Batman villains. Actually, I'm a big fan of the original '60s Adam West Batman, and Vincent Price is Egghead.
Oh yeah,
Vincent Price was on that show as Egghead, and he figured out through deductive reasoning that Batman was Bruce Wayne, but then he was convinced otherwise by the end of the film, or the end of the show, but he figured it out. The villains on that show were so over the top, exaggerated, and hilarious. Oh, what was his name? The guy that used to play the Riddler. He used to play up that character so hard. It's hard not to laugh when you see him being
I
the
liked
Riddler.
Gotham for a while. I think we got up to what, like season 3, and then it kept getting more and more far fetched and more just, I don't know, just kind of ridiculous, and we stopped watching it. But I liked Gotham for a while. I like Scarecrow from the animated series and Dr. Freeze, because on the animated series it kind of explained what happened to Dr. Freeze and how
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze, and how his wife died and all kinds of stuff, and that was pretty good. So I liked him.
Wheels says Stingray. Yeah, Stingray was also a Jerry Anderson production. Stingray was a good one. I like the one episode of Stingray where they kidnap because it's like these aquatic creatures and there's a war.
Vincent Price on the Muppet Show. Sorry,
but they kidnap this famous singer, and then they let the singer go by the end of it, and they were like, "But leader, why are you letting the singer? Why are you letting the singer free?" And he says, "Everywhere this guy goes, he says, he goes on stage, he draws a huge crowd. They listen to him, and then they attack him. They tear off his clothes. He's disrupting society as much as I am. He's working for us." It was funny the way they did it. Oh, the Joker in '66 Batman. Cesar Romero's Joker. Yeah, he wouldn't shave the mustache. They had to glop it into his mustache.
Phantom said, "You guys watched Fox Gotham? Never mind, you grew out of it." Yeah, we watched it for a while. And the first, I don't know how many seasons I think we watched like 2, maybe 3 seasons. It was okay, but by the end of season 2, I was ready to stop, but I was trying to give it a chance. I wanted to see if it was going somewhere, and then we just kind of dropped it.
Yeah, the reason that the newer one is more geared towards kids is because the older series was written in such a way that it would be entertaining to an adult or a child, like or especially when you get into something like Captain Scarlet, and it's hard to believe that that's even for kids, that they even were thinking about children when they wrote the Captain Scarlet series.
How many millionaires are there in Gotham that can afford a Batmobile? I know it's like in Gotham, it's only one millionaire or billionaire, Bruce
one rich
Wayne
person,
and he owns like everything. So why wouldn't you kind of put that together?
They made fun of that in the first Christian Bale film. Or no, the second one. Remember
Mm-hmm.
the guy who says he figured out who Batman was and he was going to reveal it, and the Joker said not to. He
Mm-mm.
gets on the he's like, you know what? No, I want that guy dead by 1 o'clock or something. I don't want him to announce who Batman is. I don't think anybody should know because he wanted to keep the feud going. But he came to Morgan Freeman's character first, and he was like, I figured it out. Bruce Wayne is Batman, and blah blah blah. And he's trying to, and he wanted a payoff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Let me get this straight. You think that the richest, most powerful man in the world runs around at night in armor and beats the hell out of people, and you want to blackmail this person?" It's like, are you serious?
Really says that as much as he liked Joaquin Phoenix, he thought that Heath Ledger did it the best because he got lost in the role. I think they all three, Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger, and Jack Nicholson,
They
just
all brought something really
yeah, they
unique.
they really took it, and they didn't try to be somebody else. Or yeah, like Jack Nicholson wasn't trying to be Caesar
Caesar
Romero,
Romero.
and Heath Ledger wasn't trying to be Jack Nicholson. They all said, okay, I'm gonna take this role and I'm gonna do my thing with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what made it really good, you
Yeah,
know. So you could appreciate
because
all
even
of the
Caesar
characters.
Romero's Joker is just so well done. That
Mm-hmm.
guy, he was having a great time with that role. You could tell he was enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's an important part, though. That's what really brings it out. When an actor is really enjoying the character that they're portraying, you can tell, and it makes it for a great film.
Don't even mention Jared Leto. I didn't see Jared Leto as the Joker. So I can't compare him because I've never seen him. I've seen the picture, but I
Uh-huh.
didn't see him act. So I can't say if he was good or not.
Meth Joker, right?
I didn't like the way he looked. I mean, he looked like a hood street Joker.
Thug
Like,
nasty
yeah.
Joker.
It's like, okay, you're
He
doing
looked
too
like a
much.
rapper.
I mean, at least he did bring his own thing to the character as far as the look go.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't see the movie, so I don't know how he act, but the way he looked, just like I don't know about all
Yeah, I
that.
know. He looked like a rapper. He looked like a modern rapper with all the like weird tattoo.
Tattoos and
You
a
know,
gold
you know
teeth.
what's funny is like your average modern rapper looks like when we were kids and you went to detention. You remember all the desk, all the graffiti on the desk.
Yeah.
That's what they look like. It's like, yo, look at this desk. I'm gonna make a portrait. Word.
Oh yeah, the
What?
2019 almost a Joker almost doesn't need to be about Joker. It shows how the current mental health system can fail people. Yes, it did that. It really showed the breakdown
He even
in the
said
mental
so
health
when he's in there.
system.
It's like you people don't care.
Yeah, because they
What
don't.
am I doing here?
You take these people to the psychiatrist. They see him for like 10 minutes. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, this person has been acting up. He's been violent. Oh, you can't do that. You know you're not supposed to fight. We're going to up his meds. That's all you get.
And
That is the truth.
literally speaking, because we both work in a mental health facility, it's no joke whatsoever. If they even see him,
Yeah.
if or a
They
lot of
see
times they
him.
like to do they sometimes they do the face chat thing.
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
Now with
can I see
COVID,
him? I just need to see him.
I just
And
need
then
to put eyes on
you
him.
put a, okay, thank you. They can go back to whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me change the script.
Yeah. Yeah. Do they
It
need
just
more meds? Oh yeah, let's give them more meds. I'm
and a
gonna
lot of
up
these
this
guys
and up
are
that.
and they try to juggle it because a lot of them are capped. Like if they have like one more gram of something, their kidneys are going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff is the doses are so freaking high, and there's so many meds. It's I feel bad for them. I don't even know what to tell you.
Oh no, a
What's
new
that?
Babylon 5. And Robert said his live stream's gonna be on Sunday. No, it's gonna go back to Saturday. We had it on Sunday today because my mom was visiting. So that's why it's on Sunday. But we're gonna go back to Saturday. And Edwin says that there's gonna be a new Babylon 5. So that means they're gonna do
Why are they going to reboot that?
they're gonna do race swapping, gender swapping, all the swapping they can
Because the
do.
guy who wrote that, the reason it's called Babylon 5 is because he only wrote 5 seasons, and 5 was the number, and they tried to get him to do more, and he said no. He did like a couple of made-for-TV movies that could be inserted in between the 5 seasons,
Hey,
but
Fabio.
he would not go beyond that. Oh, there's Fabio.
Really say we're all just one bad day away from being a joker. That's so true, because you don't know where people are on that ledge, how close they are to the edge.
Yeah,
And all you need is that one more straw, and it's like they're gonna snap, and then that's it. Just like on the movie with Russell Crowe, Unhinged. All that he already had a bad day, and that lady put that one more straw on his back, and it just broke, and he ran amok through the whole film because he was crazy.
that's the joke about Falling Down. The
Was
movie,
falling down.
Falling Down, is also about a guy who had a nervous breakdown. It's a film from the 80s, and people are like, when you were a kid and you watched the film when it came out, you're like, what is wrong with this guy, right? As an adult, and you look back at it, now it makes sense. Now you understand exactly what happened with this guy, and you understand why he went nuts and started running amok. And there's the famous scene with him in the fast food place. That's really good.
Who, Russell Crowe?
No, oh God, what was his name? Um, the actor from Falling Down. Somebody can tell me here. In the fast food place, when he couldn't get what he wanted, and then he started shooting, and it's like, what's the problem here? Can someone please tell me the problem? And the restaurant is crowded, and everybody's like terrified, and this one little boy says, I know. And he was like, okay, son, what's the problem? And he was like, that doesn't look like the picture. Thank you.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, that's right.
Brad Pitt character in The Asylum, in the 12 Monkeys. I saw 12 Monkeys, but I'll give you one more chance. Michael Douglas, Falling Down. Yeah. Good movie.
But like I said, when you're watching that when it first came out, the age that we were, it's like, what's wrong with this guy? Yeah, it makes sense now.
Yeah, Russell Crowe put on a lot of weight for that movie.
I thought that was
John
Goodman. Yeah, when I saw it, I thought it was John Goodman with a beard.
And until you got to look good, but man, he snapped. And
Illmatic
Prime says, hey,
just joined us.
Yeah. So I think we lost a lot but people are talking about the Babylon 5 reboot.
Yeah.
And how that's coming back, and they hope that it's not going to be crazy. Mainstream media is creatively bankrupt. They are. I don't think so much that they're bankrupt. I think that they're lazy because
they're not trying.
I'm kind of sure people submit ideas, because you can submit TV and movie ideas. And I'm sure people are submitting movie and TV ideas, and they just throw it away. It's like, why not read some of those, get some new stuff, some new fresh ideas out.
And there's plenty that's already been done that's never been touched. Tons of how many books are there? How many magazines? How many comics? How many short stories have been done? Radio dramas that have been done that no one has ever touched, never thought about, and that they could work with or do something with, or go back to script. Nobody bothers. They just okay, this worked in 1976, so let's take this and do it again, but we'll put a little pizzazz on it.
Yeah, we're gonna modernize it.
Yeah, and then nobody wants to see it.
Prime says Transformers just released a Dracula figure. See?
Yeah, they're doing the Transformer Universal Monster crossovers.
Oh, God. To be fair, Russell Crowe has been putting on weight for a while. John Goodman was excellent in 10 Cloverfield. He was really good. It was that girl that got him killed.
Yeah, I hate how they do that in those movies too. The person who deserves it least is always the one who survives by the end of the film.
Half the cast of Babylon 5 has passed away. He wants to redo his 5-year show.
That's true.
So that means they're going to get all new casts.
Yeah, there a lot of them. It's tragic. A lot of the cast from Babylon 5 is gone, and that was a show that was done in like the mid 90s. It's not that old.
I was surprised that Harrison Ford was a bad guy in What Lies Beneath. I don't remember him. I saw that movie, but that's when I used to didn't pay attention. I'm afraid for Indy 5. Hopeful but afraid.
Yeah. And that's what this guy is saying. Would Ridley says, would Buck Rogers work with a modern reboot if it's done right? And it can be done right. It's just a matter of whether or not anybody is willing to bother to do it the right way. And we've made the argument before. We haven't seen it, but as we understand it, Mandalorian was done right, and we have seen Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Cobra Kai was done right. It picks up some years after, but picks up where the movies left off. It ties in to the other films. It uses as many of the original cast as they can get their hands on. They did it right. I don't know how this next season's going to come out, but what we've seen of it, I think we saw 3 seasons?
We saw up to what's about to come out, so I think it's 3 seasons.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, this is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
You can do it right. And attract a new audience and satisfy the core audience if you really care, if you really want to. They don't care. They don't want to. That's the problem.
Chaotic Doom. I like to see a non-watered down, non-PG-13 Judge Dredd TV show. Aaron says we need to support underground endeavors. Ocean says Martin Scorsese said all Hollywood movies are superhero garbage now. No originals. He got attacked till he redacted it. It's true. It's true though. Hardly any original surprises in Hollywood.
Shame on him for taking it back.
Yeah,
he should have stood his ground. Yeah. They would have backed off if he stood his ground long enough.
Favorite Norm Macdonald sketches. I don't know who Norm Macdonald is.
That's that guy from Saturday Night Live who died recently.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I saw that he died, but I couldn't recognize his picture. A 2000 ad universe.
2000 AD.
Oh, AD universe would be sick.
Like if they made a TV show out of Judge Dredd.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious what another Lara Croft, Angelina Jolie movie would look like.
It won't have Angelina Jolie in it, that's for sure.
You don't think so?
No, they ain't going to bring her back for anything. But they've talked about redoing Lara Croft, though.
At this point, I could welcome another George Lucas Star Wars movie. He understands the world better than Disney. Yeah, people have been pissing and moaning about that a lot lately, saying George shouldn't have sold it. But he $3.5 billion Disney paid him for the rights. Ugh. Jeff Conway from Grease and Babylon 5 had issues, drugs and booze from memory. And he was one of the first to pass away, I think. Yeah.
He that was the guy who used to play Wheeler on Taxi.
Oh, okay.
And he always had problems. He was the one who played an actor on Taxi, and the only one from Taxi who couldn't get a job after Taxi, not for some years. No, he was in that one. That was only one season, though. He was in like a Dark Ages kind of comedy, and I think it was on CBS. I forget the name of it. It was only one season, but you didn't really see him. And Babylon 5 was like his big comeback, but he still was still fighting with drug abuse.
Robert said directors are jealous of superhero movies. That's the reason they've been around so long. Let's see. Angelina Jolie is in the new Eternals movie.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Everything has an era. Western war musical, buddy cops, movies, etc. Yeah, that's true. I see your Mork and Mindy stuff. Still couldn't believe Robin Williams took his life. I mean, how bad could it be? Yeah, you never know.
You never know. That's a matter of personal opinion, because some people, they could be having a great time, and they just don't appreciate or realize it. I mean, we don't know what he was thinking, what
Yeah.
Robin Williams was thinking.
Yeah, he was depressed.
Some people, no matter what you do for them, they're not happy.
Yeah.
And some people have nothing and they're happy.
But he was so funny because I remember I was shocked to hear that he committed suicide and that he dealt with depression. Because every time you saw him, a real good one, if you ever watched Whose Line Is It Anyway? He was on an episode of that. He was so funny. That was one of their best episodes. He was on Law and Order SVU. He was really good in that. I mean, he was in some stuff, but then he's an actor and he portrayed himself to be like this great, funny guy. But deep inside, I guess he had issues.
Yeah.
Um.
No, I'm sorry. It's $4 billion.
Yeah.
$4 billion that he sold it for. I thought it was 3.5.
Eternals want to know what is Eternals. I mean, Master Mexico wants to know what is Eternals.
It's a Marvel superhero property. It's a Marvel group that they've turned. Did it come out yet? I don't even know. But they're making a film based on it. Is it a film or a TV show? I think it's a film. It didn't look that interesting, to be honest. So I don't know too much about it, but I know it was the original Marvel group, superhero group.
Mark wants to know what's your opinion on WB and DC drama. We've seen like on the WB they had like Swamp Thing. And like the DC drama shows like the Flash and Green Arrow.
Yeah, Swamp Thing was good, but they canceled it.
Yeah.
Which is probably good because that means they canceled it before they could ruin it. Because I did watch Flash and Arrow, and they were good, like the first season, and then it's started slowly regressing into garbage, both of them. And I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? You started off okay. What are you doing? And so, yeah, they probably would have wrecked Swamp Thing too if it was on long enough.
But it was good. I thought it was a good storyline and good acting, except for that girl, the little girlfriend, wannabe girlfriend. Lots of public figures feel alone, like the clown Paleo. I don't know. Pelagio. It's a stereotype that most comedians have trouble lives and use comedy to contend combat mental health. Some comedians can do drama roles very well.
Yeah. And you know what it is? They say what? If you have one that, or a couple of them that something bad happens to, suddenly it's all of them. Like John Belushi had a drug problem.
Yeah.
And John Candy, he had a heart attack, didn't he?
I don't know.
And then Chris Farley, he overdosed on drugs. I think he drowned in his own vomit. Stuff like that, and it makes it easy to kind of make a blanket statement about all of them, but it's not necessarily true.
Robin Williams was a toy collector, apparently. He had a pretty eclectic collection. And Can says, what are y'all's thoughts on Disney going after Marvel character creators' families for rights to their heroes?
Yeah, someone was talking about that earlier.
Disney just wants money.
Yeah, they want whatever they can get. They'll sue whoever they can sue. Some of these companies are just like that. Disney's dirty now. They make tons and tons of money, even with their parks closed or with restrictions in the parks and with the films and everything else. They're making tons of money and they don't care about anybody. Like I was saying earlier, the Magic Kingdom is dead. There's no magic anymore.
Most DCW movies are trash. HBO Max Doom Patrol is pretty good.
I'd heard that. I never saw it though.
Brandon, sorry guys, I'm off for tonight. Have a great week. God bless. Thank you, Brandon. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, David, what a bitter perspective you have about Swamp Thing. but
It
not.
was good. I just think that if it was on long enough, DC would have screwed it up.
But
That's
I
all.
found today at least should give you a bright smile.
Oh yeah.
Still mad at Carrie Fisher. Why would you go back to the bad stuff? Billy Connolly had a tough upbringing. The best Swamp Thing was the one with Adrian Bardu, I guess. Mark is saying, what about the new generation of kids not playing with toys that much? Do you blame social
Oh, it's
media, or
Mark.
are we the last generation to love
We are the
toys?
last generation. We're the last of the action figure generation because
Not
it's been
oh,
taken away. You
not
know,
just social media, but when electronic
it's
video
it's
games came
parents
out.
are
Yeah,
the problem.
parents.
Parents are the problem. Parents are lazy. Okay, they're lazy. There's nothing that offends me more than like being in the supermarket
Or the restaurant.
and seeing like a 2 year old like this sitting in the shopping cart because it's easy to distract the kid. Here, Timmy, shut up, mama's busy,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And they sit there and they stare at this thing. Sooner or later, this is their friend and no one else and nothing else. And then you try to interact with them and you can't. You get a kid who doesn't know his parents. You get parents who don't know their child because they're constantly giving them an electronic babysitter and shooing them away. Here's a video game. Go play your games. Dad's busy.
And then when
You
you
know,
take them out, they act crazy like the boy at the post office.
oh God, I got a ticket. I got pictures of that. I was in line at the post office, and this kid, he looked like he was about 10, fat little monster, watching something on the thing, laying on the floor, and with his like mother standing there. And when the line moved up, he would just roll forward to the next spot. And of course, nobody says anything because you can't. I guarantee you, one person said, "Lady, your kid's on the floor." She would have went nuts and defended her kid because she don't want to hear your shit. But she knows that kid is wrong. That's terrible behavior. And they don't know how to hold still. And I've brought that up before, and people are like, hey, when you're in the supermarket and you're busy, and well, what did we do for centuries before there was cell phones? It doesn't take much to interact with the kid and keep their mind occupied.
Hey,
Even a
happy
young
accident.
child. Happy accident is here. You know what I used to do with mine, because I wouldn't let my kids have a phone. You ever see they sell them in like Walgreens and Walmart and stuff? It's like like the squishy dinosaurs and stuff like that. I used to bring one with me and give it to him, like 2, 3 years old, and he just sit there in the cart and squeeze it and stretch it and just look around, no problems. Everyone else's kid is like this in the cart. It make me sick. And you don't know they don't know each other. It's like you have a roommate. Your child is a roommate that you drag him out of bed in the morning, rush him off to school. School raises him for you all day. Eventually, he shows up at home, goes and plays video games or something until mealtime. You fight about his meal because he won't eat what you give him because he's used to eating garbage and he doesn't know what real food tastes like. Then he goes to bed. They don't know each other. And then you say, my kid doesn't listen to me. No shit. So, just it'll get me going on. I'll talk about that all night. It makes me sick. Remember, I used to work for the Juvenile Justice Authority back in the day, and before that, I was the director of a daycare, and I've seen this firsthand. The daycare especially, I'd have parents bring their little like 3 year olds in and ask them, hey, did they eat yet? Because we could provide breakfast. Oh yeah, she ate before she left. And then you ask the little kid, what did you have for breakfast? And the answer was like orange soda and hot Cheetos. That's freaking breakfast. This is why your kids are screwed up.
Yeah,
you
and they
know
got childhood
and it's
diabetes.
like, come here, sweetheart, I eat some real food. Come on, and do the best you can for them.
And they
Yeah,
got caps on their
all
teeth
kinds of
at
illnesses.
4. Because I saw a
Yeah.
little kid that it was a little girl. She had to be 3 or 4, and all of her teeth had caps on it. because they were starting to rot because of all of the sugary stuff.
Yeah. And you see a lot of that too. I know I got all the people going here now
I
with my
know.
little rant,
Yeah,
but
we're supposed to be talking about toys and action figures.
I know
Let's
action
see.
figures make you use imagination, and that's
Yeah,
exactly it. And that's the whole problem with video games. Video games are okay. They're fun in moderation. You
not
can't
all day, every
you
day, and you
can't sit there
addicted
and
to
have
it.
like a 30 what was it, the I'm not going to say who, but that one guy, and we'd come home at like late in the evening. It'd be
Mm-hmm.
like 2 o'clock in the morning and the light is on in the 11-year-old's bedroom because he's on the computer playing games. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's like he's up all night, and you see him in the daytime, he's like and huge bags under his eyes, and he's going to school, and they're complaining he's falling asleep in class. Really? You
Yeah.
think so? Turn that damn thing off and let him throw a tantrum.
Take it away
Um,
from them.
the video games, it's okay in moderation, but it's not imagination because the imagination part of it's already been done. Someone wrote a story, they digitized it. That's the imagination of the creators of the video game. You're just playing through it, but you're not using your imagination. You watch a cartoon, you buy some toys, and I'm not trying to justify action figures here, but it makes a point. I watched the show, I got the figures. Now I'm going to make my own thing. I'm going to
Yeah.
do this. You know what, Cobra Commander? He ain't a bad guy. He's too cool. Whatever. You had to use your imagination, or you went out and ran around and played and rode bikes. You wanted to know where's all the kids in the neighborhood, where all the bikes and the skateboards piled up. That's where they are nowadays. These kids can't even do that stuff. We
Mm-mm.
see kids walking to school on our way to work, and they're walking, and their heads are slung down like this. They're not even holding a phone. They're just used to being like this all day.
Hmm.
It's disgusting.
Mark, yes, I hate that I hate that. Also, I'm fighting and teaching my kids and grandkids about toys, but toy companies don't help with their
Mm-mm.
prices. Aaron, alpha beta waves from mobile devices are the cause of the new mental
Yeah, and
disorders.
that blue light messes a lot of people up too.
Let's see. Candon, would love to hear your thoughts on the whole 1099 if you make over $600 annually on eBay. Will that cause people not to list on eBay and go to old fashioned way hauling their stuff to toy stores and
If
etc.?
you have stock in eBay, I'd start moving it, because most of the sellers on eBay are not dealers. They're not professional dealers. They're just people who want to get rid of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or they're hobbyists. And this is all, you know what? I'm not going to use these anymore. I'm going to sell them,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can and I'll make some money back and buy this instead. It's like that. A lot of that on eBay. But if they're going to have Uncle Sam sticking his dirty finger in their little pie, their
Mm-hmm.
little slice,
Yeah.
where I probably made $1,200 all year, but you're going to tax even that. A lot of counties across the country, you have to buy a permit for a yard sale. You have to buy a permit for a freaking lemonade stand. They're writing tickets to 6-year-old girls for lemonade stands. Country Time Lemonade has
Yeah.
a standing thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're still doing it, but they have a thing, or had a thing, where if you had a lemonade stand and the county did that, they will provide an attorney for you.
Mm.
Country Time Lemonade, because they're sick of it. That's their way to protest it, because it's a load of crap to do that to people. You can't have your kid have a lemonade stand. Warren, the guy for my son, Nerdtastic Plastic, he used to run a lemonade stand. He used to clean up because he was really good at that sort of thing. It's like he was like, "Hey, Dad, can I set up the lemonade stand on the weekend? I want to try this." Kid made like a couple of $100, and it's like, okay, yeah, go ahead and do that. Um, these kids are being discouraged
Mm-hmm.
from being entrepreneurs. That's a clever thing. You want to run a garage sale, you want to run a lemonade stand, but they got to ruin it.
Yeah.
But they've stretched it as almost as far as they can get. And now they're doing that with eBay, Macari. I think that starts next year? Next
Mm-hmm.
year. And they snuck that in. This was in that stimulus package bill. It was an attachment, I believe, to one of the stimulus packages that they're going to start doing that. And now they want to also try and certain states are protesting, and I think Nebraska is
Mm-hmm.
officially declared that they will not comply with the federal government, that they want to monitor every bank transaction over $600,
Oh,
period, so that they can so they can use it as a model to tax the rich. How many rich people do you think are you making $600 transactions? You are, when you're
pay your
your
mortgage.
rent, your mortgage, auto repair. Some
Yes,
people's
it's
grocery bills are that big.
yeah.
You
Or
know,
you might have to buy a new appliance or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I mean, you don't spend $600 probably all the time,
They
but
don't
every
need
so
they
often.
don't need to know every damn facet of your life. It's ridiculous. But I think it's gonna hurt eBay really bad because a lot of people are gonna be like, you know what, I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah.
Why should I?
Master Mexico, just today I saw it happen. A kid about 5 was fascinated by a small brick build set and didn't get it because no one wants to build it with him. Instead, mom thought bought some far more expensive video game console.
Hmm.
Electric game, the egg takes care of it. Welcome to the new
Yeah, I feel
generation.
bad for them. They're in trouble.
Let's see. When I get into high school, my parents would let me stay up late to watch TV at 3 a.m. as long as made no noise and got up for school. I used to make stories with my binoculars all the time. Rock, hey everybody, it's me, The Rock. Man, country time on it. Good for them. Edwin, closeout stores are a great place to buy toys for kids.
Because they don't need much.
Yeah.
But I mean, hell, even Warren, I talk about him a lot because he's Nerdtastic Plastic, and I'm just proud of him because he's
Mhm.
doing a good job. He didn't have a cell phone until he was 15. He didn't need it. And this is at a time where kids had cell phones in elementary school.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't need it. You don't need it. Um, and guess what? He didn't,
Mm-mm.
and he did fine.
Ridley said he had to mow lawns at 12 years old if he wanted money for the summer.
They
Um,
don't. Nobody does that anymore.
Kaiser sounds like the COVID Nazis. You couldn't leave your house without the police, okay? Happy accident. I used to make bases for my Joes and small scale toys using shoe boxes and various
Uh huh.
art supplies. I can't imagine a kid doing no.
They don't have the coordination. One of the things I used to have to do with JJA, because I ran a facility, it was referred to as a YRC2, a Youth Residential Security Level 2. And one of the things that we used to have to do with them is life skills. These kids couldn't operate a manual can opener. They didn't know how to use a broom. You ever see somebody take a broom and you tell them to go sweep and they're like pulling the broom at themselves like this and walking backwards? A lot of kids did that. And it's like, you don't know how to use a broom? Tell us, we'll show you. They didn't know how to mop. They didn't know how to run a washing machine, didn't know how to wash dishes, couldn't do basic math. Straight A students, we're talking 17, 18-year-olds that were honor roll students taking algebra, can't count money.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrifying. I was like, what are these people going to do?
I mean, kids can't write and they can't read, and they're graduating and they're on the honor roll. It's like, how can you be on the honor roll? You can't read or write.
Occam says these kids will be taking care of us when we're old. LOL. No, they won't. They're
Mm-mm.
going to dump you off on the state.
Yeah, they're
They're,
gonna put you behind in a nursing home.
remember, once again, these parents and kids don't know each other.
Yeah.
Mom and dad's a stranger. I'm going to take care of you for. I got my own life. You're going to the home.
Mark said these kids are soft. He did a lot of chores to save money for
Mm-hmm.
toys, and I understand the value of dollars. These kids just act and expect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's somebody brought that up about my commercial. Remember last year I did a Christmas commercial compilation, like an hour long,
Mm-hmm.
and I put it on the channel as like a Christmas gift to the viewers. And I've gotten some comments about that were interesting. And people are saying, looking at those, it's almost kind of sad because there's so much emphasis on family and
Mm-hmm.
friends and just having a good time. And you don't see that in modern commercials at all, not even the holiday ones. It's all about being selfish and what can I get? And they were, some people indicated that almost actually this nostalgia of those commercials almost made them kind of sad.
The one commercial we hear on the radio all the time is sad. It's actually for a plasma donation, and the lady is on there, and she was like, "You need to get away from your kids. Go donate plasma." It's like you want to get rid of your kids so bad that you're gonna go donate plasma.
I know they actually, in a lot of commercials and a lot of advertising, almost turns the first day of school into a holiday because they're like, parent, oh yeah, we can get rid of our kids. I thought you were supposed to love and nurture your kids,
Hmm.
and want them around. I wanted my kids around. I wanted to spend time with them. I enjoyed it. A lot of people don't. And again, why? Because they don't know them. They don't know each other.
Kaiju says easy, just lower the standards and make math racist. Yeah,
Yeah,
they say
that's
math is racist.
basically.
I remember when SATs were racist. When I was in high school, no, right after I graduated,
Oh yeah.
they brought up the SATs are racist. Ken, I was the only kid in the eighth grade without a phone until the mid 2000s, and I honestly need one. And I honestly didn't need one
Yeah.
until high school when it started working. Ridley, I remember on the schoolyard, we didn't even need toys to pretend. We
No.
always argue who would be the Red Ranger in our pretend fights. Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Use your
played
imagination.
we played games during uh recess time in school.
Yeah, running around all over the place.
Yeah. Master
Oh,
Mexican.
easy. I had a thing called foo that we need to make ourselves out of a sock, and that thing taught me the mother's language. And today they can't speak even fluently and get lost in their thoughts. It's chilling.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can't even understand what half of these people are saying. And the music in the TV shows ain't no better because they mimic what they hear on the music in the music and on these
Yeah.
TV shows, and it's all slang and all of that, and they can't make a complete thought. They don't even know what their own thoughts and feelings are, and that's a shame because you don't know what you think, what you feel about something. All you know is I saw this and so said that, and well, I seen this, and but what do you think and feel?
Yeah.
I seen humans have reverted back to basic survival tactics. We only have time to eat, sleep, work.
And the other thing.
Yep.
And can't even do that right. They eat garbage. They don't get enough sleep. They go to work and they hate it. And apparently, a lot of them can't do that last bit either because there's been. I was seeing a news report not too long ago that ED or erectile dysfunction is now affecting men in their 20s, and I'm like, how bad is it that's affecting someone who's so young? Um, but look at some of these kids. Look at some of these 20-year-olds. They're mushy.
Yeah,
They
they all
they they
soft.
look like marshmallows. And plus, I mean, they're probably taking medications and God knows what's wrong with them. But it's like you got to have some testosterone in there if you're going to get your boys to work.
Ken said that they learned to use a broom from Snow White and just put that dirt under the rug. That's what they did on Snow
Oh
White.
yeah,
Uh-huh. Have you seen Malcolm in the Middle? No thanks on kids. I never
I
seen
remember that.
Malcolm in. I
I have
remember
seen
it.
some of it. I remember I've seen the show. I don't remember it very well.
My daughter is 12 and she knows how to operate the dishwasher, washing
Mhm.
machine, and dryer, vacuum, and cook. She's a good cook. Like skills are essential.
They
It
are
is.
very essential. I mean, what would happen? What do you think would happen to half these people? Let's say there was some catastrophe
Mm-hmm.
and the power went out for like 2 weeks. Let's just say there was a solar flare and the power went out for 2 weeks throughout an entire country. How many people do you think would survive that? Honestly, would live that? How many people have enough food for that or could even manage?
Just survive.
You'd lose
Period.
10% of the population in 2 weeks with no power.
Half of them about nearly starved because we saw American Blackout
Yeah,
and
it was a it was a National Geographic docudrama.
yeah,
Docudrama.
American Blackout, and the girl, they had some food, but it was canned, and they wanted to open it,
It's a
so
can
she
of
went to the
peaches.
can opener, but it was an electric can opener, so she didn't know what to do. They're like, oh my god, we're gonna
So
starve,
her
and blah blah.
boyfriend took a knife and tried to stab it, but you can't stab something that hard that way. The knife will slip through your hand.
Yeah,
So the palm of his hand got slashed open. Guy bled to death.
yeah, because she didn't know what to
They didn't
do.
know how to bandage it either. They didn't know
No,
what to do for his hand, so they wrapped him up in a t-shirt or something, and he had to lay down, and he just bled out.
I
And I
mean,
could see that happening.
as a kid, we learned how to open a can with a knife because we didn't always have a can opener. Sometimes you had a can opener, and half the time the can opener didn't work, so you got that knife out. But I don't. I guess you don't think about it that what you're taught until you see that somebody else don't know how to do it. You're like, why don't you know how to do that? As a single dad, I try to be hard on my kids so they understand in the
Hmm.
future principles and values, but I have all girls, so I can't be too hard like in the old days. But we're really
We're
ready for
ready.
zombie apocalypse.
The zombies are already here.
Yeah,
They got one of these. That's how you can tell. They're the
yeah.
ones that walk around like this, and they can't see anything here or here or here.
The living dead, the
Living dead.
walking dead. Who is
Walking dead.
really dead? The ones that are alive or the ones that's reanimated? I think it's the ones that's alive. To get your boys to run, last man standing, last boy scout.
Last Boy Scout wasn't a good movie.
Oh goodness, I'm still laughing.
Last Man Standing. That's
A TV
Bruce
show.
Willis, right?
No, that's a TV show from the guy from Home Improvement.
Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
No, that's the Bruce Willis's remake of Fistful of Dollars, isn't it?
Fandom Saint say he'll be happy for a power outage for 2 weeks. Amazon can finally give him time out. I hope you're not the kind that just throw your stuff in the box and don't put packing material by it, around it. That's what David
Oh,
gets
does he work? Yeah, I know. You get like
in the fulfillment center.
you'll order like dog treats, and they'll put like 20 feet of bubble wrap around it in a case like this, and the package is like that big. And then you'll order an action figure, and the figure package is like that, and the box is like this, and they're like, "You'll just fold this and cram it in here."
Because everything I get from Amazon is like super wrapped.
They do everything bass backwards.
And then if you order an action figure, not wrapped. But if you order soap, coffee, vitamins, it's all wrapped up and double boxed and all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Really, I buy a couple canned goods to stock away every time I go to the store.
Nothing wrong with that.
They won't last a lifetime, but I'll be set for a couple of months, and that's
Yeah.
all. That's all you.
All
can
you
do.
got to do, have a little extra and keep it in rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. And it puts you ahead of everybody else.
You can't be a Boy Scout anymore.
That's true.
That's true, because they took that away.
They killed it.
They used to teach skills. Yeah, because you used to go out into the woods and you had to stay out there and you had to earn badges. You weren't given badges. You had to
You have
earn
to pay
the
for them badges now. You buy them off. The what's funny is now they forced girls into the Boy Scouts, and then the girls in the Boy Scouts want to make a girls only division. They had that. It was called freaking Girl Scouts, you dimwits. Oh, they just wanted to ruin it.
Kids need to learn first aid skills. Yep, life-saving skills that are essential. That's true. Why would anyone work for Amazon?
Hey, need a job. Sometimes sometimes you just have to suck it up and do whatever job you can get or you can do.
Robert wants to know if there's anything Target wise you need to get. Not me.
Know.
I got I wanted one thing from Target, and I actually went in there and found it. Yeah. And I haven't been back because
I was trying to do the G.I. Joe classifieds, but I gave up.
Yeah.
I gave up
because could never find it.
No, and you get tired of that. You just get tired of it. So I was like, screw it. I'm not going to get any more. And I even had a couple of people, a couple of viewers send me a couple of pieces.
Yeah, because they felt bad for him, and they said in their little letter, "Oh, David, we feel bad for you here."
They didn't say that, but
yeah.
But it was really nice of them, because I wasn't expecting anything. But I stopped looking. I just gave up on the classifieds, unfortunately.
Let's see. Packaged think toys and collectibles are already safe because it comes in a box. But them but then of course by the time we get it, the box looks like yeah, it was ran over. Ridley, Mark is saying that that's a good idea to buy all that food and stuff and
Sure.
save it. So we are getting tax taking $600 out. I
Now,
guess.
what
Mm.
if you do a bank transaction, deposit or withdrawal that's more than 600, they're going to it goes into it'll be going into an IRS database unless the governor of that state refuses to comply. And so far, Nebraska is the only one to officially say, "Screw you, Joe Biden, we're not doing it."
Hmm.
And there are several other states that are suggesting that they're going to resist, but have not made an official statement about it yet.
I hope Georgia do.
Yeah, because that's ridiculous.
Oceans want to know, have we noticed um that the retail service drive-throughs are subpar, messing up orders. We don't go through drive-throughs, and we don't do the like you order your
Pick up.
food from Kroger and Walmart and stuff. We don't
Mhm.
do that. We just go in the store. If we go to like a fast food restaurant, if we can't go in and sit down, we don't go.
Yeah,
And we go to the store. So we don't use those services. So I can't say that, they mess up our order because we don't use it.
it wouldn't surprise me though, because I bet you they're kind of overwhelmed with it right now because all the paranoid people that are afraid to shop.
Yeah.
Like we saw a woman, we
Oh
saw a woman.
God.
She had two masks and a pair of rubber gloves on because she was in the parking lot, and
Oh.
I pointed her out to you. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Come here, look at this," and she goes to her own car and wipes the
Down.
handle to
Yeah.
open it, and then wipes the inside to close it, and then wipes her own steering wheel. Sweetheart,
It's your
you're not
car.
going to catch something from yourself. People are crazy.
And then we were in Kroger, and we don't wear no masks because you don't have to in Georgia. But
Yeah.
this little boy and his daddy in Kroger, and we in
Yeah.
the vegetable section, so
Mhm.
it's always tight in there. So the boy is at the vegetable counter or
He's in front of
refrigerator,
the, yeah,
whatever you
standing at
call
the
it.
cart.
So we coming along, and he's terrified. I mean,
He's
I'm
like this. He goes like
literally,
this.
he's cringing and pulling back, like,
Yeah, and like getting to the edge of the cart, and it's
yeah,
like
almost getting in the little
he was little. He's
refrigerator
like
thing.
9, and it's
Yeah.
like this is what you're doing to these kids. They're terrified because they're learning all the wrong messages.
And then
You can't be that afraid of life.
she getting her cart, and she wiping the cart, and how the cart has the little grids, the metal grid. She wiping every little grid down.
Oh my
And
God.
the child is trying to get in the cart, and she's pushing the child down. No, I got to wipe it down. And she wiping. And I'm like, lady, just get the darn cart. And another lady is standing there. She wants a cart.
She
And
won't
she's
touch it.
looking, but she won't touch the cart.
She's
So I
afraid of
just
it.
grabbed the cart and I
She said,
moved on. And then she looked at me like, "Oh God,
"Oh
you
my
better get
God."
your cart." I'm like, "Lady, go away. If you're so scared, stay home." Anyway, this pandemic has really brought out the crazies
And remember,
and the paranoid.
we're in healthcare. You know how many cases we've seen?
I just
That
knew
many.
at the beginning of the
Nothing. Zero.
pandemic,
No
I was
cases.
like, man, our clients are gonna get it because they're already sickly. They all of them got health issues, some more severe than others.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do good personal hygiene as far as washing hands and stuff like that. So I was like, man, they're gonna get it, and nobody got it. And then, so I'm just like, wow, okay. But anyway,
No employees,
no,
no clients,
no
nobody.
staff, no
Nobody.
nothing. But anyway, you ever go back to that store where you got the Swamp Thing omnibus?
Doctor knows.
I didn't get the omnibus from there. I bought the omnibus from Amazon, but I know what you're talking about. No, we have not been back there. We're going back, but we haven't been back yet. My heart sank when I saw a couple kids getting excited for Mickey Mouse face masks, making money off suffering. I understand that the government is looking into having a digital coin, like, yeah, I wouldn't. At the point,
You knew they were taking it seriously when they started taxing them.
yeah,
When they started taxing
yeah,
cryptocurrencies.
yeah. But they only tax it if you take it out.
That's like getting screwed over your 401k.
Yeah. At this point, she needs to buy her own card and forget. Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
Halloween is every day, not interested.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of the 2-year-old freaking out having to wear a mask? It's crazy how stupid they are about COVID. 2-year-olds forced to wear a mask. And the homeless population, should there be a huge outbreak? You would have thought
You
if
think so?
anybody was going to just get it would be the homeless
I was
population.
waiting for the Red Cross to get tractors out and start digging holes and burning people in pits like they had to do in South America and Africa. Never happened.
Graphic man, I remember going to Sonic and they would come out and wipe the little red.
No, my God.
I think Sonic stopped coming out to your car, didn't they?
I don't know.
I think they did in certain places, because at some Sonic, you got to drive up, and then at some of them, you also have a drive through. They still have the window. So I think they stopped. I don't know. I think they stopped coming in some areas. Have you got any cool comics lately?
I did, but it's upstairs.
Oh, okay. I got everybody saw my Swamp Thing. That's the last thing I got was the Swamp Thing. So I could start that up. I totally gave up on the Masters of the Universe one because I just couldn't take that no more. So I'm on the Swamp
Mark
Thing now.
says he's in the dental field and he hasn't seen anything.
Yeah, see.
I wouldn't do it either. Because you never know, man.
Like that red button.
Yeah.
The main problem is that people are not only
claiming their freedom, they seem to hurry up and enslave themselves.
Yeah.
In preventing obedience. I can't believe seeing this become true. People are afraid to speak up. They're afraid to speak up.
All the meth has made homeless people superhuman. They can fight off anthrax. In San Francisco, they have the poop patrol. Yeah. Full-time city employees clean it. Yep.
So tax dollars at work.
And they also pick up the needles, the hypodermic needles, because it's littering the place.
They had to, because they're still trying to convince tourists to come down there.
Nobody want to come down.
Nobody wants to come down there.
It's all nasty and stink.
They actually have a poop reference map for the city. Have you ever seen that? You can look that up.
I never seen
it. It shows you where the densest concentrations of human excrement are in like city zones.
We had bad floods here earlier in the year. No masks. Rescuers weren't wearing masks. No social distancing. COVID disappeared. When the flood subsided, COVID was back. Front and center. Oh, gosh. But that's how it goes. That's the world we live in. Poop busters. Who you gonna call? Yeah. Really. And that's the way our society is. And I mean, the government is so worried about us and being safe and all of that. But you got people in the streets, hypodermic needles, poop patrol, all of that stuff going on. But no, we got to harass these groups of people for not wearing their compliance masks. So, that's where we are. What are you doing? He had to go check on the cats. Let's see. California is nice to the homeless. They are. I didn't want the shot, but forced to get it. Didn't want to make a big deal.
That's how they get in a lot of people, though.
Are there a lot of homeless in your area in Georgia? In the area we live in, no.
Not really,
but in Atlanta, downtown area, there's a lot. And I used to work with the homeless population down there, and it is a lot. And they used to come and sweep them up all the time, because it's this big bridge under I-20 where I-20 and I-75, 85 connects, and underneath the bridge is huge, and it's like a park. And people used to give the homeless tents. So they made their own little tent city. And back around 2010, 11, they got on the news, the mayor and everybody, hey, y'all, quit giving the homeless tents. Don't do that. And they came through and they took all them tents. They took those tents down because they
Yeah.
didn't want them.
Here's the answer to your question. Somebody asked if I had any comic pickups. Got that this week. Got a really good price on it too. I just want to press it. I want to get it pressed out. Um, that's of course Deadpool from before he was just Marvel comedy relief.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the Mondo variant Hordak? I did because that looks
No,
way.
that you that's Twitterhead.
Oh. That's
Mondo
David. Yeah, he
Mondo
got that.
variant. That's the I did actually manage to get it, and that's the one I wanted. That's the one that when they came out with the other one, I was like, I don't know about this, especially not for the price. But the Mondo one, the PowerCon version is the one I thought they should have done for their fans in the first place. But I did manage to get in on that and get one under the wire. I don't have it yet,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, but I'll do a review on it when I get it.
Display name LPH. Do you prefer the mini comics or the Filmation Masters of the Universe mythology? So I read the mini
Mm-hmm.
comics and I read the newspaper strips. I have the I have the mythology. I like the comic strip, the newspaper strip.
Yeah,
I like the
the
mini
dailies.
comics. Yeah, I like the mini comic. I do not like the mythology. I only got through half of the first part of the mythology where Skeletor took over, wiped the memory of all of the masters of the universe. They finally got their memory back. And now they're trying to overthrow Skeletor. They're trying to come up with a plan to do that. But the Tila character really ruined it for me. So I'm no longer reading that. And I'm thinking I might just go ahead and skip ahead to the next story because that's when he fights like Masters of the Universe and Superman and Thundercats, and it's another story in there. So you have all that in there, and I might skip ahead to that, but I'm really ready to read the Swamp Thing now, so I might just drop it and come back to it later.
Yeah, but of all of those mythos, which one was your favorite?
I think I like the newspaper strips the best. Um, excuse me, because it introduced a lot of new characters, mainly villains. Well, no, it introduced a lot of characters, the good and the villains, but they had some interesting villains in there that you never heard of. One guy, he was like a superhero. He wore a cape and everything. I can't remember his name now. And they had like the Ice Witch or the Ice Queen and all kinds of stuff. And it was some very real interesting stories. And I liked how it was a continuous story. I like what they did with Duncan. I like Adam's role. He had more responsibilities. He was more respected.
He wasn't so much of a bumbling idiot.
He's not a bumbling idiot, I don't think. But the way he's treated in like filmation, but I understand he has a persona, he has to pretend, but I like how they did in the comics, the comic strip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see. How did the poster print? Oh, the poster print by Edwin. The Ecto one was really nice. I like the other one with the collective of all of the different 80s characters,
Yeah,
but the Ecto one was really nice. I'm gonna get that one framed.
yeah. It took us a minute to figure out who that was from, though, because
Yeah.
your name's not in there anywhere.
And no, and it just said thank you, Mike. So it's
Like,
like,
oh,
who's
okay,
Mike?
Mike.
And we thought
Yeah,
Mike was just a viewer that sent us
because
something. So
sometimes
your name wasn't on there, so we
people,
couldn't give you the proper
yeah,
credit.
sometimes we get something random like that, and it's like, um, but a lot of people tell us they're going to send something, I think for every 10 people that say, "Hey, I'm going to send you something." "Oh, okay, thanks." For every 10, like one actually does it.
Mm-hmm.
What, which is neither here nor there because there's no obligation. It's not like somebody has to send something.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're not going to, they should just be quiet. But anyway, yeah, we knew that you had said that you were going to send something, but yeah, there was no your name wasn't in there anywhere, so we weren't sure.
Yeah, but it looks really good.
Hmm.
I like the coloring on it. The
Hmm.
coloring was really nice. And I want to put that up in my uh Ghostbusters display because I got something that I'm going to do special with the Ecto one that I have, and that picture would really come in handy. So it looked good. Deadpool used to be a stone cold killer.
He was a
Now he's an
serious,
annoying.
yeah, he was a
Yeah.
serious character when they first introduced
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool. And like I said, they turned him into comedy relief, and he still is, and it's not even that funny. I saw the first Deadpool film only. I didn't have not seen any of the others because the first one turned me off that much. I thought it was that badly done.
Mm. Kaiser says he's digging the new Batman animated movies. I think somebody told me about that on the last live stream, and I actually saw it, advertised. I think it was Batman Halloween or something like that.
Okay.
So I want to see it to see, what it's about and how it flows and everything. What are your thoughts in Rob Zombie Monsters?
I
He
don't
seems
know.
to be a big fan of, yeah, just like
Yeah.
that other guy was a big fan.
Does it mean yeah, someone was a fan of the Masters of the
Yeah,
Universe
well, that's what I'm talking about.
and was gonna
Pick up where
and
it
was gonna
left
pick
off.
up right where Filmation left off without missing a beat. I swear. Uh I don't know, just because he liked it doesn't mean he's gonna do well. And I don't know, he's hit or miss. Some of the stuff he puts out, you're just like, what the hell is this? So I mean, it remains to be seen. I'm not too keen on seeing the Munsters coming back. Although when they brought the Adams family back with Raul Julia,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that those, and that was in the '90s. They'd had two films. They didn't do a bad job with it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think so. It's one of the few examples of a TV show turned into a film that I think they didn't screw up too bad. Um, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Again, I'll just wait to see what it looks like when it comes out, and hopefully he doesn't just bone it.
Yeah, I know they're doing DC Injustice cartoon.
Some of the animated stuff is pretty good from DC. It's better than their TV shows.
The DC animated films get put out every 4 to 6 months straight to Blu-ray. The DC animated films tend to be far better than the live
I've
action
heard that
movies.
too.
Okay.
I haven't seen too many, especially not more recent ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen a handful. I got a couple upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
DC films that were okay.
Has anyone seen live action Titans? No, I know I haven't.
Titans.
Mm-hmm. That's what it says.
Okay.
There we got a text.
Hmm.
The new Halloween one is out. LPH is very good. I saw it like advertised on Amazon or something, but if it's on HBO Max, I'm not gonna watch it. 'Cause we're not buying any other subscription service. We got Amazon Prime. If it's not on there, then we got oh no, you know where I saw it?
What?
I think I saw it in Walmart.
That sounds familiar.
I think I saw it in Walmart, and when I saw it, I remembered somebody said something about it. Okay, all right, so I can look at it then. All right.
Wheels doesn't like Kevin Smith.
Oh
Well, a lot
no.
of people don't like him. He says he
Yeah.
hasn't done anything relative for a long time. And I find that also, I mean, I like Clerks and I like the animated Clerks, which only made like 6 episodes, I think, before they canceled it. But Clerks 2 and a lot of the other stuff that he did, I didn't care for. Um, Even going back and trying to watch stuff again,
Hmm.
like what is it? Something About Amy? Is that the one?
Yeah, you said you tried to
I
watch
couldn't
that.
sit through 10 minutes of it. The dialogue was absolutely horrible. I was like, what is this? I thought this was funny once upon a time. I guess tastes change. But yeah, I think a lot of his stuff doesn't hold up.
Robert says Russell David is back on Doctor Who.
Okay.
When I say Titans, I mean Teen Titans live action.
No, I don't know anything about that.
And Mark says that it's pretty good. It's not the cartoon Titans.
Because they kind of screwed Teen Titans over with the cartoon version. They made it real goofy.
Yeah, and didn't you say the group on Invincible is supposed to be the Teen Titans, like a mock of the Teen Titans?
Yeah, there's a lot of things on Invincible that you could because we watched Invincible. We did see that.
we just finished up season 1. It's really good.
Yeah, it's interesting. Surprised. But almost everybody on there, you can contrast it with a known character already, like their team or team or whatever they called it. That's like the Teen Titans.
That's the Guardians of the Globe.
No, they are now.
Yeah.
But you could connect most of those characters to a pre-existing character. There are similarities.
Kevin Smith is going to make Moose Jaws soon.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what Moose Jaws is. The old Cartoon Network Teen Titans is very good, not the newer version.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Kevin, he's also going to be doing the Clerks 3, which after the second one was, I thought, pretty bad, actually. It had a couple of funny scenes. Like the mouth troll sketch was pretty funny, but most of it's just vulgar and adolescent. And if he's going to do a 3, I'm just like, I don't know. I guess you better go ahead and crank it out before they get too old.
Did you like Quentin Tarantino's film Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill? I saw both of those. I like Pulp Fiction. I don't know. I don't know that much about Kill Bill. I saw it, but I don't remember it that well. Moose Jaws is just a mockbuster of Jaws, but with a killer moose.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That sounds like one of those old like B films that Mystery Science Theater makes fun of, like the one with the bear. Remember the radioactive bear and stuff like that.
All the leeches.
Sharkzilla. I mean, no, Sharknado.
Sharknado is the only way I can watch Sharknado is through Riff Track.
Yeah.
I wish they would do more. I seen 1 and 2.
No, I didn't see the Rocky and Bullwinkle live action. Kill Bill. Well, Kill Bill, they did a good job with it because of I think primarily the sword fighting scenes, which they borrowed a lot of that choreography from Lone Wolf and Cub.
Ocean say that he really thinks they did a fantastic job on Invincible. His dad is my favorite character. Yeah, we just saw him and his dad is fighting at the end of season 1. Yeah. Where him and his dad had that fight and his dad left, and now they got to go back and regroup and figure out what they're going to do next. It was pretty good. I won't mind reading the comic to see, how it goes.
You'll have to get an omnibus because I know you're not going to buy it
no.
issue by issue.
No, definitely not. Gotta go, guys. Nice listening to you. Thank you, Mark, and thanks for the input.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. I like Swamp Thing, but Steve from 90210 kind of takes me out of it. I liked him. He was the Blue Devil or something.
Blue Devil, wasn't he?
I liked him.
I got the Blue Devil right there.
I wanted to see his character progress and see what his character was about.
Yeah, what the heck are they doing with freaking Blue Devil here? Because that's a weird tie-in.
Why he doesn't belong in Swamp Thing?
Well, no, it's just that it's a weird character to try to work in.
Oh.
It's like, what are they going to do with him?
They didn't do much of nothing because they ended the show.
They took him out.
The live actions, Alvin and the Chipmunk, Soulless, and they made 4. They made 4.
Everything doesn't need to be live action.
It's either live action or it's remade.
Yeah. A lot of live actions are terrible.
Yeah.
And they don't need to be done.
J.K. Simmons was Jonah on Spider-Man. Yeah, he was he was the guy in charge of the newspaper.
Yeah, he was a great J. Jonah Jameson.
He was a good Omni-Man. The Blue Devil.
Blue Devil.
I want to take that out and read it.
No, you're not opening this.
Huh.
I knew I had that somewhere. I'm gonna get them up on the wall one of these days. We've got a bunch of these.
Steve playing Blue Devil looks constipated. Keep thinking Brenda is pop up. I never watched 90210 or Dawson's Creek.
No, I never watched
Melrose Place.
I never watched those teen soap opera shows either.
I like soap operas, but not teen soap operas. I never cared for teen soap operas. They cast him as Omni-Man because his character looks like Jameson. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the new Snake Eyes movie? No, I want to see
we didn't
that.
see it.
I have no hope for the live action G.I. Joe. 9.8. Nice. I was actually concerned about sending you the Ecto 1 because of
Slimer flipping the bird.
Oh,
okay. I guess he's
yeah. Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's fine. The Vampire Diaries was good. I've seen it advertised, but I never watched it again because it looked like a bunch of teens. But
yeah.
if they're not being, I don't know, teenagers, I guess I can tolerate it. But if they're just being like stuck up and snooty and disrespectful, I can't tolerate it. But
Yeah, because in real life, nobody wants to deal with that.
No.
But somehow, if it's on TV or in a movie, it's supposed to be cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that's one of the things that ruined Black Panther for me.
Oh yeah, you said his sister,
snotty little sister. It's like, just shut up. It's not cute. It's not cute to have a smart mouth teenager who won't close her mouth. You just want to smack her.
And they had that in the second season of The Punisher on Netflix. And that character wasn't, she was kind of overbearing, but all of the other characters helped to kind of overshadow her. Mm-hmm. You remember the girl that he had helped, and then she was in tow for the rest of the season?
Which show?
The Punisher, season 2.
Oh, yeah. God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was annoying.
But she wasn't too bad because it was one.
He should have left her somewhere.
And it was
he did leave her somewhere. She wouldn't stay put.
Yeah. Kept following him. Okay, you should watch Jeremiah. I started watching that. The Showtime show with Dylan. Yeah, and it also had Malcolm Jamal Warner. I started watching that, and I don't know why I stopped. It wasn't a bad show. No, it's not like that. They aren't whiny. Yeah. They're just teens, but it's a good story. Okay, I can try it out because a lot of people have suggested stuff and I've tried out and it was pretty good.
Graphic Man didn't like Black Panther's sister either.
Yeah.
Robert says MJ isn't a redhead. Why? Because suddenly Hollywood has decided that redheads are too ultra Caucasian.
Who is MJ?
MJ from Spider-Man's girlfriend. But
she's black now. She's mixed.
They're too Caucasian, so they don't want to show redheads in anything anymore. They've been backing up from that.
She's mixed in the
who cares?
In that Tom Holland version. She's a mixed girl. I'm really looking forward to Ghostbusters Afterlife. I hope they don't screw it up. To see a remake of the first 2 movies in a real Ghostbusters animation style. Not that we need one. MJ had to be why, yeah. Mm-hmm. Shuri, Black Panther's sister. They say she might be the next. Yeah. I heard
that might be going too far with it, though.
Well,
I don't know.
She said some stuff against the system, and they kind of reeled her in and kind of took that away from her.
Yeah, you won't be seeing her for a while.
I've been cancel cultured.
Basically,
I'm an Irish redhead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
you're too.
You probably got freckles.
Yeah, you're too Caucasian.
Yeah,
it's Hollywood doesn't like that.
You might be in a couple years. Give it about 30 years. You might be back.
It might flip again.
Someone better tell Biden's press secretary to dye her. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. We'll have to circle back to that.
Yeah, circle back.
Anyway. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. What was that?
Mm.
Oh yeah, they changed Mark's girlfriend into a black feminist in Invincible.
Oh yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
guess in the comics she wasn't.
Oh, okay.
All right,
You
yeah.
know how
I
they
don't
got to
like
do
her
for
anyway. I don't like her
TV.
because she knew she should have understood why he would have been reluctant to reveal who he was to her. Oh, we're dating a couple of weeks and you didn't tell me that you're invincible, so screw you, you're dumped. And then comes crying to him later on.
After his dad beat him up.
Yeah, after his dad beat him up because she felt guilty, I guess.
Yeah,
Screw
I
that.
guess.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
Chucky's the only redhead allowed, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I never cared for Chucky.
The first one wasn't bad. I don't think they need 20.
Yeah, I know. And Chucky's like little girlfriend.
He got married and all of them.
But we've been on for over 3 hours.
Yeah.
So we should probably go ahead and start wrapping up. Yeah, if they change Chucky's hair.
Dinner time. Catch your cats later.
Yeah,
Bye.
actually, we got that family on the back porch probably sitting there waiting for their vittles.
Mm-hmm.
So we better go take care of that. But yeah, we're gonna get going.
Yeah.
And again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for spending your Sunday with us and chatting with us.
No, we like to try to get to know people.
21 more hours.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Oh yeah, we gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I know.
But yeah, all the best. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys sometime soon.
Bye.
Is it working?
Yeah.